Welcome to No Fugazee podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. We got 5 lovely ladies on the panel, and let's go. All right, we are back. So we had some audio issues in our last live stream, so we just started a new live stream. So everyone that was tuned in on the old one, sorry about that, but the audio issue should be fixed now. Other than that, we got my man Ease co-hosting today. What's up? What's going on, brother?
What's good, brother? I'm good, man. How you?
And everyone that's tuned in right now, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are currently at 92,000 subscribers. 8,000 subscribers away from 100K, and that's a big goal because we only been rocking for a year. Other than that, click the like notification as well if you're tuned in right now. Everyone on Facebook, you know, Convos is gonna get a little spicy, so tune in. We're gonna be closing out the Facebook stream soon, and then y'all gonna have to come over to YouTube. Other than that, though, let's get in with introductions for the ladies. Wait, before introductions. Discord. The Discord is in the description. Yo, tune into the Discord. We have new merch that's dropping soon. We're a few weeks away from new merch dropping. We also, for any new updates that we have that's taking place at No Fugazee, we're going to keep everyone that signs up for the Discord, which is free. You literally just sign up for Discord. You just follow us. And you get all the updates and everything like that. You'll have access to the merch before it even drops. So, yeah, man, sign up for the Discord. I do have my one-on-one coaching link in there as well. If you need coaching in marketing, media, as well as dating, relationships, couple coaching as well. Also, male self-improvement. Click the link in the description. I have my Calendly link for the one-on-one coaching. But let's start with introductions and have the ladies introduce themselves. We're going to start over here. Name, age, and where you from?
My name is Tony, and I'm 53 and from Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay, Tony, 53 from Delaware. All right. And what do you do for a living, Tony?
I do hair and makeup for TV, film, and print.
Okay. Okay, TV, film, and print. You do the hair and makeup. All right, I'm just moving that mic a little bit closer to you. And fun fact about yourself.
I like to salsa dance.
You like the black woman salsa dancing? Hey, can we get a little something?
We cannot.
We
no.
cannot. Okay. She said, yes, I like the salsa dance. I'll be with the poppies. Relationship status.
I'm divorced and single.
Divorced and single. How long you been divorced for?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. What's one thing you regret? One thing you gotta have. You may not have a regret.
Yeah, getting married.
Okay. Ooh, getting married is one of your regrets. Ooh, she like.
Damn, I got a question
Is
too.
it getting married to the wrong person or just getting married in general?
Yeah, probably to the wrong person.
Getting to the wrong
there
person.
we go.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
so I
the
don't
wrong
have to ask the
person.
question.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll move right along. Name, age, and where you from?
My name is Anaya. I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey, and I'm 22.
Anaya, Plainfield. Did anyone pat her down before she came in?
Not pat me down.
She's from Plainfield. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
You said you're 22.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do for a living?
I work at a daycare, so I work with children.
Okay, you be
But I
taking care
plan
of
on,
kids?
yeah, I plan on starting my own clothing line soon.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, that's what's up. Good for you.
Yeah.
And fun fact about yourself.
I like to crack jokes.
You like to crack jokes?
Yeah, I think I'm funny.
Let's get one of them jokes in.
Hey, what you got?
You might as well hit us with one.
A joke.
You might as well hit us with one
Right,
joke.
because I got one for you.
All right, let me hear it.
All right,
Nah, let's
I was about to kill her.
Let's see if she can get it off the top of the head with it. What you got?
Let me see. I don't know. No, I can't think of nothing off the top, like
You
a
can't?
little joke, but like, you know, I'm just funny.
You just funny.
I can make
Okay.
people laugh.
All right, well, I
All right,
better
we-
chuckle today, all right? I'm trying to chuckle.
You gonna chuckle?
All right.
Hey, chat. 30 minutes in, 45 minutes in. Let us know if she's funny or not. I'm just messing with you. But relationship status.
I'm single.
Single? How long
Yeah.
have you been single for?
Since I've been out of high school. So since like
22.
2020.
Okay, since like
Yeah.
2020. Okay, fair enough. Start over here. Name, age, and where you from?
My name is Lika. I'm 22 and I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey, Lika, you see how your mic over here? Just push that forward.
Okay, this is better.
Yeah, say your name and age again.
Lika, I'm 22 and I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Plainfield, New. Y'all both from Plainfield, New. Oh man,
Oh, she might have to strap then. She'll pat her
I gotta
down.
get a bodyguard for these. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a security officer.
She
at-
definitely got the strap. She definitely got the strap.
You about to be my bodyguard. I'm about to hire you.
She is the bodyguard.
She is the bodyguard.
Man.
Funny. I do at a high school, so I work for the Plainfield district.
Oh, you work for the Plainfield District doing security. Okay, cool. And fun fact about yourself.
I'm very funny.
So both y'all funny from playing. That's y'all can tell. Yeah, people from we funny.
Yeah, we are.
I swear, we
We
better
make
laugh
we make
today.
y'all laugh.
Oh, both y'all funny.
We better laugh.
We both funny.
We
We could just
gotta
crack
hear
up
a
all
Can
day.
You got a joke off the top of the dizzy? You don't got a mom joke? We call it a dad joke. You got a mom joke?
I don't.
You don't? You got kids?
I do have a daughter.
Oh, you got a daughter? Okay. All right. Relationship status.
I'm single
Single. How long you been single for?
since July.
Since July.
Yes.
Okay, you had to think about that. She was like, when I break up with that nigga? Who broke up with who? You broke up with him or he broke up with you?
No, he broke up with me.
He broke up with you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Red
Oh,
flag.
she must have really did
Red
something
I
wrong.
didn't do nothing.
Okay. Now, question for you. Well, he broke with you. Why do you think he broke up with you?
Because
No Fugazi.
no Fugazee, because things just got, a little hard, a little rocky. Wasn't ready for that.
Okay, so, all right. Well, that's real, like, indirect. Like,
Vague.
everything just got a little hard. Like, what was it? Men don't usually break up with women. So, what were you not doing, or what did you do? You had to do something.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't feel like I did anything,
Of course, they never.
Because when a man is in a relationship, it's like, when we finally get that poon, it's like that poon is ours. So we don't want that to go anywhere. So we don't normally break up with a girl. So let's try to take maybe just give a little bit of, because usually it's different where if the woman breaks up with the guy, it's kind of like, all right, well, y'all emotional. Y'all get bored of people. We
I guess
understand.
we was having problems in our relationship. That was the reason.
Name one problem.
Communication.
Oh, so you couldn't communicate.
No, I
Because
know
you
how to
broke up with her.
I know how to communicate. No, I know how to communicate.
You know how to communicate?
He just doesn't know how to communicate or understand where I'm coming from.
You cheated?
No, I never cheated. He did, actually.
And you stayed with him?
I did.
Okay. Fair enough. We gonna leave you alone for now. We gonna get a little deeper into the why he broke up with you.
Oh, my.
Other than that, though, moving right along. Name, age, and where you from?
I'm Kenya. I'm 48 from Delaware.
Kenya, 48 from Delaware. That's what's up. Both y'all from Delaware. Okay. Good to have y'all on today. What do you do for a living, Kenya?
A social worker and a hairstylist.
Okay. Social worker and a hairstylist. You do braids and dreadlock twist, or you kind of do?
Short hair.
Oh, the short hair. Okay. You
Like
can give it. Okay, like that.
Like that.
Okay, I got you. She's like, yeah, I did this, and yeah, that's about all I'm doing.
No
If you want
braids,
one of these, hit me up. Any more than that, we ain't rocking with you. I feel you. And fun fact about yourself.
Cooley, right? I actually don't have no fun fact about my.
Ain't got no fun fact. You've been on this
I've
world
been
for 40.
thinking about it.
You've been on this world for 48 years. Something got to be fun about it.
It's so regular.
It's regular.
I like cocktail bars. Do that matter?
Cocktail?
Bars.
Cocktail bars.
They're specialty bars. It's not a regular bar.
Okay. Yeah.
I love
I've
going
never
to
been to
one.
no cocktail bar. I don't know. I've never been to a specialty.
That's
I don't drink
quirky
though,
then.
so.
Okay, that's quirky.
You don't drink?
That's
No, I
all
don't drink.
got.
I drink water. Where my water at? Alkaline too.
That's the best water.
Okay. Relationship status.
In a relationship.
You in a relationship? Okay. And how long you been in a relationship for?
Were you surprised? Like,
Well, how long you been in a relationship for?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Good for you.
Okay, good for you. And y'all living together or no?
No, living separate.
Living separate. Okay. Moving right along. Harlem, welcome back.
Harlem.
Welcome. Okay, she got the Diddy Bop. Is that the Diddy Bop? Well, that's the
I
happy.
can't
No,
do the
that's
Harlem
not the-
Shake. It's not enough
That's
room.
not the Diddy
Yeah,
Bop.
it's
That's the Henny Bop, bro.
That's the Henny Bop. Okay.
She off the
It's
Henny
wearing
right
off
now.
You off
It
the
is?
Henny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough. Harlem, welcome back.
Thanks
Name,
for having
age, and
me.
where you from?
My name is Killa. Yeah, I changed it to Harlem.
Right.
I am 40, and I'm from New York.
where in New York you from?
I'm from Harlem.
Harlem.
That's why you're Harlem. Like, you from Harlem. Okay, fair enough. And fun fact about yourself.
I'm a queen of all trades and a master of none. So I know how to do a lot of things, but I ain't,
Fair enough.
Okay, you said you the queen of all trades, but the
Master of none.
Yeah, I know how to do a lot of things.
Okay. Harlem,
I can kill you and then bring you back to life.
Damn, you spitting
I
bars
can build
now?
you a motherfucking
You got,
building.
you got
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you I'm good with my hands.
You good with the hands,
yeah,
too?
I'm good with my hands.
Okay.
I knock you out and then wake you back up.
Damn,
Oh,
Harlem
alright.
out here. Okay, Harlem, she got bars. All right, Harlem. Should we even do fun fact about Harlem?
You just asked me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
Tell me
she answered it.
relationship status.
Yeah.
You still single or?
Yes, I am still single and it's by choice.
Hey, you still single and it's by choice.
But it's still by
Harlem,
choice.
I
we
don't
had this
want-
debate twice on the podcast with you.
And you don't need to have it no more. I
Yeah,
got niggas
single
in my
by
DMs
choice.
just like, yo, I like you, and I don't want to be in a situation. I don't want to be in a situation.
What's your type? Oh no. Do you have like a celebrity crush?
That's a good question. I don't even watch TV,
But
but
I know you got one of them old school dark skinned niggas back from the
You-
think
I
like
mean,
a
dark-
think like a man. Think
dark
like
skin, dark skin is my
man.
type. Tall and dark skin. If I had to say it that I had a type, it would be tall and dark skin. But other than
Who that
like,
that one actor that's tall and dark skinned?
my apps? No.
Moore. Nah, that's Shamar Moore.
Morris
Nah.
Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut.
Yeah.
Morris
He's
Chestnut.
handsome.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that he would
He's
be
not
my
tall.
celebrity crush, but
He's not tall?
How tall is he?
No, he's not tall.
Okay.
Oh, he not tall.
I like
She
him tall. Like,
Somebody told me he wasn't tall.
Oh,
Okay.
he looks
Yeah.
tall on
I
TV.
gotta be able to at least look up at you, even if you like just a smidget higher than me. I gotta be able to look up at you. I don't
Yeah.
want to be eyelid because my mother, when she was alive, she was like, "Stop dating men that's your height because you're gonna challenge them." And
You gonna challenge them? And you
Yeah.
be challenging them.
She
I
challenged them
don't think I be
regardless.
challenging them. I think they be challenging me. They just to see how far they can get, and
Okay.
then I be chin checking them. So
Oh,
Oh, damn.
snap.
not
Alright.
really, not literally chin checking.
Well, the reason why I asked you that, Harlem, it was for a purpose, right? Because I mean, you say you single by choice, and if you had, say, your, a celebrity crush came around, you say you don't have one, but you can't think of one. But let's just say he came to you, and he really found the liking to you, right? And he's like, y'all been talking for a while, y'all sexually active together, and he got on one knee. Would you be like, no? Would you reject him? Or
No, I wouldn't reject him if he was my celebrity crush and he.
oh,
did
like
all that.
like your ideal type too, or your ideal type.
My ideal type. If my ideal type was to do something like that, you fucking right. I'm going to say yes.
Okay, so look, listen, pause it, right? This is why I say you
I know you were
single
about to go.
by choice, because you can't attract and retain your ideal choice.
Don't do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. It's not that I can't. It's not. It's not that.
This is
It's
the
I
not
saw that coming.
It's not that I can't attract. Is that me personally and where I'm at right now?
You
I
choke
choose-
everybody out.
No. I don't choke everybody out. I'm not in a position where I feel like I want to be in a relationship until my shit is right. I'm going to stay single because I don't want to get into a situation and I feel like my situation ain't right.
Okay, but if you met your ideal man or celebrity crush right now, that's gonna go out the window.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he gonna take care of everything that I need.
Exactly,
But
so
my
that's
thing
what I'm
is
saying.
I'm single by choice because them niggas ain't coming around. Like
Exactly. If the reason why they're not coming around because you can't attract them.
Who says
to
that I
come
can't attract them?
around.
I don't go outside. I'm in my house all
They
day
slide in
and night.
DMs all the time.
Yeah,
Drake sliding regular DMs.
sliding in my DMs doesn't tell me who you are as a person or if you are my ideal
But
man.
it starts it, right? It's a
No, it
start.
does not start it. It's a lot of weirdos in my motherfucking DMs right now. I am not meeting up with any of
Yeah.
them because they give me the fucking creeps. But just because you slide in my DMs doesn't mean that now I gotta go and say, all right, yeah, we're gonna meet up and link up and da da da. No, I really don't meet men like that anyway. It's when I go out that I would entertain a conversation with a man. I don't feel comfortable entertaining a conversation with a man that's in my DMs because I feel like most of the men that's in my DMs are looking at the physical aspect. They're not really trying to get to know me. They're just looking at
That's every guy.
right. So that's
all of us.
That's
okay.
what but look, we gonna move it right along. We gonna get to
Great,
some
Nick, 'cause
conversation
you're
on the
not about to
podcast.
jam me up like
I
you
mean,
fuck.
Harlem, this is the third debate we done. You lose all the time.
I do not. I've never lost. You know what? You know how I know I never lost?
How you never?
Because you never made a clip about me. My
Okay,
shit.
damn. I don't make the clip.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve, make sure you clip this one, all right?
Don't clip that shit, Steve. And make sure you keep all the important parts too. The fuck?
Steve, make sure you clip this one. We're going to throw it up tomorrow if we can. We're going to see if it go viral. Anyways, everyone on Facebook right now, we got a lot of people on Facebook. Thank y'all for tuning in right now. Other than that, everyone on YouTube, if you have any, we got some super chats coming in. I was about to say that. If you have any questions or comments in regards to the discussion that we're having, send in a super chat, man. We appreciate any donation. It could be $1, $5, $10. I don't care what you send in. We will read your super chat out loud. Also, your super chat will pop up on the screen. Other than that, we do have a super chat that just came in. We have Kenny Stacks. Kenny 3 Stacks sends in $5. He says, shout out to y'all bringing the black Golden Girls on. He says, they can't drop it like it's hot. They got to drop it like it's lukewarm.
He's a fucking lie. I'm Caribbean. I could drop it like the fuck it's hot.
He's not lying.
Not like
Kenny,
his work.
Listen, Kenny 3 Stacks, bro. Appreciate the support, man. Other than that, so look, you got your facts. We're going to play a game called Fact or Fiction. You want to read out? I got some of them.
Yeah, the
ones that
one-
you-
yeah.
let's read some of the facts or fiction.
I still got them.
You still got? Okay, I got them too. So look, this is a game we're going to play. We're going to read out a fact or a fiction. You don't know what it's going to be. And we're going to go around a panel. Y'all either going to answer with fact or fiction. And then at the end, we're going to give y'all if it was a fact or a fiction of what we said.
Okay.
Sounds good? All right.
good.
And chat, yeah, we trying to incorporate some new games in here, to get the girls, get y'all tuned in a little bit more. Okay. I got one easy one. Look. We got all these facts and fictions. Let's get
I was gonna read that one right there.
Okay, you want to do this one?
Yeah, that's what.
No.
No, that one? Okay. What about this one right here?
Oh,
Oh no, hold on.
yeah, let's do that one. Let's do that one. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna say a statement, and you guys are gonna let me know if it's a fact or if it's fiction. All right, if it's true or not. So the statement reads: only 8% of black men are deadbeat dads. Is that true or false?
Is it fact or fiction?
Is it
Let's
fact
start
or fiction?
over here with Harlem. So only 8% of black men are deadbeat dads. Fact or fiction?
8%. I would say probably that might be a fact because I know a lot of men that actually take care of their kids. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. If you think
Okay,
it's
you say
fact, that's fine.
What about you?
I'm gonna go with fact.
You gonna go with fact?
I'm gonna go with
What
fact.
about you?
Fact.
Okay, fact.
I'm gonna go with fictional.
Fiction. Okay. What you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with fact.
Fact. Okay. It's a fact.
It is a fact. It's an
That
actual
is a
fact.
fact.
Actual
Only
fact.
8%
Yeah.
of black men are considered deadbeat dads. Only 8.
So that's that thing when all y'all ladies be complaining like, "Oh, these niggas ain't." Not really. Not there's a large majority of black men. They definitely. I mean, they around their kids and they spending time with their kids, picking them up and stuff like that. It's just y'all too emotional. So even if y'all can't control things in a situation, just girls just be wilding. That's my opinion on it. What's y'all opinion on it?
I'd like to know what the definition of the deadbeat is. Like what qualifies?
Right.
Yeah. this statistic just came out. I mean, from my understanding, a deadbeat dad is someone that's not spending time or taking care of the kid financially. Yeah. Yep.
So I got 50-50 then.
You got okay. All right, cool. Let's do another fact or fiction. Let's do. Okay, now this.
I was looking at that too.
Yeah, read this one. Let's do that one.
Okay, so again, same thing. I'm going to read a statement, and you guys are going to let me know if it's a fact
And
or
we gotta
fiction.
start over here this time.
All right, so the statement reads, statistics shows that 10% of men are raising kids they think is theirs that's actually not their biological kid. So, do you think that is a
I thought he
fact,
said he was gonna start over there.
or do you think that is a fiction?
I think that's fiction.
Okay. What about you?
I think that's fiction too.
Okay. What about you?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay. What about
Fact.
you? Fact. Harlem.
I'm gonna need you to repeat the question.
Okay, so statistics shows that 10% of men are raising kids that think is theirs that's actually not their biological kid. So,
That's a large ass number, but I'm gonna say it's probably a fact because it's still a large number of men that's learning that their kids are not their kids. So I'm gonna
Okay.
say it's a fact.
So we got fact, fact, fiction, fiction, fiction. It is a fact. It is
it
a
is
fact.
a real fact.
Real fact. So yeah, that means that men are raising kids they think is theirs, but it really ain't.
It really ain't.
So that means that
Sucks.
these women be slurs out here and not keeping
We're
it
not gonna
funky
do that.
with their sexual activities. Let's do another one.
And I was looking it up.
Which
yep,
one?
Yep.
You
That
wanna
one.
do-
That one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Same deal. So the statement reads, women overwhelmingly contract more STDs than men. Is that fact or is that a fiction?
Start here.
My thing is,
Back to fiction, Harlem.
Yeah, this is fact or fiction. You trying to explain
women,
stuff.
I'm gonna say that's a fact, and clearly they gotta get it from some fucking where. So,
Do it again. Say it again.
Go ahead.
So women overwhelmingly contract more STDs than men.
Fiction.
Fiction? Okay.
okay.
Lika, right?
Go ahead, Lika.
I want to say that's fiction.
All right.
I'm gonna say that's fiction too.
And Tony?
I think it's a fact.
I think it's a fact.
Okay.
I like Tony.
You like Tony? I like Tony. Go ahead. Give him the truthies.
It is a fact.
Yes.
Think about it, because the majority of men
Wow.
don't have sex, aren't getting sex.
that's
because
bullshit.
Hold on.
Go ahead, East.
The majority of men aren't having sex. It's very hard for men to get sex because women are the gatekeepers of sex. So men cannot have sex with a woman unless he says you can,
And the
right?
facts is that 30% of men between the ages of 18 to 30 is either a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. So that's a huge majority of men that's really not getting no poon.
And
then you got to think about it. Women tend to sleep with
about to say that.
kind of the same
Just about
types
to
of
say that.
men.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much all Eskimo sisters because y'all hypergamous. So that means that y'all want either a
Same.
man that's on the same level or above, and only a small minority of guys is like that. Or
Right.
let's say if those guys aren't on a social economically status like that, y'all are loyal to your emotions, right? So a guy that can raise you up and make you feel special about yourself, there's not a lot of charismatic men. So the guys that are charismatic, women sleep with the charismatic men and women sleep with the men that have status. So the other guys really don't get any poon. So that's why the women attract more STDs. Yeah.
Interesting.
The reasons behind it. Oh, go ahead, Robert.
What we not going to do is make this about women. Women are not catching STDs from other women. We're not. You guys are not even addressing the fact that
wasn't
there's.
that wasn't
Okay,
the
what I'm
the
saying
fact.
is, you're saying they contract more STDs, right?
Than men.
It's just a contract.
Where
Yeah,
are they
it's a
getting
contract.
it from?
We know that, but
Because they're
it's only
sharing
a small,
dick.
It's sharing. It's a lot of women sharing a small percentage of men.
So can y'all state that in your next statement? statement then? Because the way y'all you just rambled that on, it just sound like women is just
what
out
it
here
sounds
just like
is men are probably sleeping around with lots of women, the same men.
A small percentage of
right.
men. Yeah.
Right, but that's how it's being contracted. So it's the
Yeah.
same men sleeping with multiple women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how it's spreading.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that sounds
Exactly.
better. Than
all
the
right,
other
it
way.
sounds
Yeah.
better that way because now it's like, all right, now these women are contracting these SEDs and then they're passing it on.
It's not
to-
about how it sounds. Either way, it's a fact.
It's still
Yeah,
exactly.
let's make
Truthfully,
sure
it sounded the same to me.
let's make sure that we letting them know where
They know now. They know. They know.
Okay, fact or fiction? Another question. Start in here. Women make. Wait, let's read it from here real quick.
Read that real quick.
Women are smarter than men, and currently, right? So they're smarter than men, but currently, they actually earn more money than men.
Fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a big
They
fact.
all gonna say fact.
Okay.
That.
Say it again.
So women are smarter than men, and currently they out-earned men. Financially, they out-earn men.
I need to take mine back.
I'm gonna go with fiction.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
I'm gonna say fiction because when we look at the statistics on how much women earn
Yeah.
compared to men, it's much less. But unless things have changed in the last couple of years, I don't know.
Why you say fact first?
Well, because I think women
it
are
sounded
smarter.
good.
No, because I think women are smarter than men, but women don't earn more money than men. That is a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's actually fiction. Yeah, y'all not smarter than us.
Excuse me? No, we are smarter. We just don't earn more than
we
y'all.
are smarter.
Here's a fact into how it works. When it comes to IQ, it's a bell curve. So at the one end of the bell curve, the dumbest people are men, right? But the smartest people are men in history and all throughout life. So the smartest people on this planet are men and the dumbest people are men. Women hover around here. So there are more smarter women than there are men.
Who's doing this study? Men?
I mean, women and men. This is a fact.
Where's the
bell
study done
curve.
at? Is this a
Look it up, Harlem.
I can show you after the podcast. We got the links.
Yeah, I don't
Links
trust
right-
that
right on
stuff
information.
printed out before
I
he
don't
got
trust-
to
I don't trust
links
that
right over here.
information.
and
That-
examine it.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
Women are
As
the
you
first
saying it.
teachers.
First teachers.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Exactly.
As a mother.
Okay. Explain a little bit more. Peel back the layer.
Well, I mean, you're the mother is, the one that
Is with the kid more.
is usually with the kid more, teaches, and so instructs.
Okay.
Because it ain't a lot of male teachers out there, so y'all not learning from a bunch of men.
Well,
Y'all learning from a bunch of women.
I mean, like competence has nothing to do with. Well, intelligence has nothing to do with like education. You know what I mean?
So where you learning how to be competent? You just learned it on your own, is what you're saying?
Well, no. She said that women, are the first teachers. Well, we could say that, a mother that is nurturing her child, the child is learning a multitude of things, learning, communication skills, learning, be able to read body language. They're learning a multitude of different type of skills sets. But I wouldn't say that women, because you got to think about what the father does is, and this, it's a fact, fathers are the disciplinarians. So mothers are disciplinarians too, but kids just tend to listen to fathers much better than they listen to mothers. We got a lot of moms. Y'all agree with that? No?
No,
I think
No.
that
That
is
is-
true.
that is-
I don't agree.
I do agree with that.
This is 22 years old. Listen to the older women real quick. I'm messing with you. Go ahead. What you got
I
on
do
that?
agree with that. But I think it's more or less like a fear, factor in terms of
We good back there? Okay.
in terms of why kids, tend to listen to the father, because they're a little bit afraid of the man.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree that fathers are the disciplinaries all the time.
They're not.
Moms a lot of times take that on.
I would say that fathers, because men and women are different, right? So fathers, they are more tactical with their approach. Fathers they're naturally micromanagers. They'll just see little things like, think about it when just life is happening at home. The woman is sitting down, maybe the man is sitting down too. The woman lets things build up. So little Jerry may be playing around here, and she like, stop that. He playing around there, she like, stop that. Then he's doing things, and he keeps doing things, and maybe sometimes she gets tired of it because she's focusing on what she's doing, and then she'll just snap. Didn't I tell you to stop that, boy? The father is usually the micromanager. He's more tactical with his approach and more like he's proactive instead of reactive. So a male has a proactive approach, meaning that even when he sees something about to happen, don't touch that there. I already told you, don't do that. You do it again, I'm gonna pop you. And then he gonna look at it. I told you not to do it. Pop. Like the discipline starts to happen right in the beginning. As for then, and I'm speaking in general, all men and women are differently, but in general speaking, because I coach men and women for a living, generally speaking, the mother tends to just, let the emotions build up, and it's more of a reactionary response than a proactive response. Go ahead.
So I can't agree with that because you're you're Gen Z, right?
No, I ain't no dang Gen Z. I'm 34.
I grew up in a different generation. Whatever you are, I don't care. My thing is, my parents were married they were together for 48 years. They were married for about 40. My father was the quote unquote threat. My mother would say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to tell your father." We wasn't scared of our father because he didn't really he would give us a look and they'd be like, I'm a little scared, but it's, what I'm saying. My mom was the enforcer of discipline and stuff like that. Although she didn't beat us and stuff like that, she was the one that I feared the most. I didn't fear my father. It was my mother because I was around her all the time. So it's like, all right, I don't want to make mommy mad. Daddy's at work all day. When he comes home, he's tired. He's going to give me a look. I'm gonna be like, all right, I know he's not gonna put his hands on me, but I don't know if mommy will.
I get what you're saying. There's always exceptions to the rule where it's like, okay, maybe the mom is being a little bit more tactical than the father, depending on the situation. And I understand that. But even in that situation, you already just proved my point where daddy just got to give you a look and you already know to straighten up.
No, I did not say that.
What did you say?
I said my dad will give me a look, and I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about daddy.
Oh, you said the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm more worried about mommy because that's who I'm around all day. That's who I know is going to actually, if she says she's gonna do something, she gonna put her foot on my motherfucking
But
head.
it's a different experience for guys. You know what I mean? Because the dads are harder.
I got 4 older brothers. I'm the youngest, and I'm the
it's
only
a different
girl.
experience for guys because the dads are always harder and more strict on the boys. I was scared of my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad and my sister, they're like this. He's not. The way my dad was strict with me, he's not the same with my sister. So
don't let me call one
so
of my brothers.
for men, it's a different experience for us. You know what I mean? We're not scared of mommy because we could take whatever she could throw at us. But dad,
not in my household. I was raised in a Caribbean household.
One thing real quick. We could argue back and forth on this, but it's already statistics and facts on this. Single father households do just as good as 2-family households. Single mother households do worse. Single mother households breeds degeneracy in society. Single father households, again, they do just as good as 2-family households. So with that being said, obviously, one of the factors that comes into place where it's the disciplinarian, right? So a single mother household, the reason why kids tend to do worse in society is because the mother isn't disciplining the kids as good as a father can, generally speaking. So you may have a situation where you kind of respected your mother hand a little bit more than your father's hand, which is okay. We're not speaking about, and exceptions don't make the rule. So we're not speaking about all situations, but these are facts. Other than that, let's get to the super chats, and then we gotta hit some questions because we played that fact or fiction game. You got some more fact or fiction questions? We could probably hit like maybe 1 or 2 more. We could do a little bit more, and then we gonna just free for all questions from everybody. We have Holiday Tone. Hey, welcome back, Holiday Tone. Sends in $2. He says, "Peace to the gods on a couch. Let the delusion begin." Hey man, it's already begun. Thriller in Manila 49 sends in $5. He says, "Cooley, I appreciate you, man. Keep spreading the truth to these ladies. Any ladies, name 3 countries, but no USA, Canada, and Mexico." Okay, cool. Let's start.
We did this before, and y'all told me that South Africa
South
was
Africa is a country.
exactly. But when I said it before, y'all
We
was over
was-
here like,
we was-
that's not.
we was
is that a
trolling
country?
you. We was
yeah, I know y'all
trolling
was,
you.
yeah, okay, now
We was
y'all was
trolling
trolling
you.
me. No, because y'all didn't really
Harlem,
know.
name 3 countries.
Oh my God.
And you can't name U.S., Mexico, or Canada.
Okay, so
And you can't name
Dominica,
South Africa because we
Dom-
already just talked about that.
Dominica.
What?
Dominica. It's a country. It's where my grandfather is from.
It's in Africa.
No,
Where's
it's
that?
not. It's
What
in
continent?
the Caribbean.
Oh, it's in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
See, look this up. They could be right.
No, not Dominican Republic.
she said
Dominica.
Spell it.
Now you.
She right? Okay, that's one for you. You
Okay.
right. Another one.
Nigeria. You said not South
Okay.
Africa.
Another one.
And Egypt.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead. What about you?
Kenya,
Okay.
easy. Ghana,
Okay.
keto.
Okay. What about you? Oh, and also you can't name
Mexico?
any other countries that the other lady's name.
All right. You can't say Mexico or Canada either.
Yeah, or USA. Go ahead.
Dang.
There's a whole lot of other countries. Girl, don't damn.
It's like 192 countries, I think.
Oh my gosh.
There's 3. Name 3.
Okay.
You can't help them.
Yeah, we can't help. No one help.
Dang.
I will help you.
Go ahead. Where you want to go to vacation at?
I want to go to the Bahamas.
Okay, that's one.
Got
Go
one.
again.
Got one. Where else you want to go?
I want to go to Jamaica.
That's,
That's
2.
2.
And I want to go to Puerto Rico.
Nah, that's part of the U.S.
That's part of the U.S.
There's another one.
dang.
Try again.
Oh, dang.
You was
I
doing
messed
good
up.
though.
You got one more.
You got one more. You almost there.
I want to go to Dubai.
Well, Dubai.
No, Dubai isn't a country.
What is
Oh,
it?
it's not?
That's a city inside of a country.
Dang, what's the country? Oh.
Think of
All
some
right, the time up.
okay,
What about you? Name 3 countries.
China, Italy, and Cairo.
Cairo is not. Cairo is,
Cairo not one.
Cairo is a city in Egypt,
It is.
Okay.
and you can't say Egypt because she already said
Niger.
it.
What'd you say?
Niger, whatever it's called.
Nigeria?
Nigel.
No, it's
Niger.
Nigel. I think. It's
Yeah,
it's-
it's
that
in
could-
Africa.
It's in
Y'all
Africa.
can look it up.
Yeah.
There's some mad countries in Africa.
It's
That could be
Niger.
right.
Hella
Steve, that's right.
It's like
I think it's-
Nigrel, I think.
No, it's
Try to let us know.
Nigel. I think. No.
Nigel.
Nigel. No, I'm Niger. No, Nig.
All right,
Niger.
I'll say a different one. Rome.
No,
No.
Rome is a
What
city.
country is Rome in?
It's in France.
No, what?
It's not in France. Oh no, it's in Italy. It's in Italy.
Name what country is Rome in?
All right, not too much.
Think about like Rome, the statues and all. What country?
Paris.
You had it right the first.
Exactly, that's what I said. And y'all started
It
drinking
wasn't France. It's not France.
It's not
Italy.
France.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
Italy.
what I
She
said.
said
That was my
Italy.
first
She
one.
said
Italy.
No, but you said.
Rome, but I said
did say
Rome, but I
Italy?
was like, no, not Rome,
Okay,
but I
I'm looking
said
like
Italy.
okay.
Because I was like, nah, it's not Rome, it's Rome, Italy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's about to.
This is
That's
more.
what they did to me the first time. Don't feel bad because these niggas don't be knowing.
Because y'all going to answer too, right?
No, what?
No,
It's
they
for
not
y'all.
going to answer.
I could
I
though.
can name 3
They're
countries
getting the
real
answers
quick.
from us from the next one.
Go ahead.
I'm offended by the question and will not be answering it.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm offended
Why are you
with the
offended?
question because it's ridiculous.
oh, this chat wilding. Okay, well, it's not our question. It's the
Yeah,
super
I'm sorry.
chat.
I'm not. No.
You don't wanna do it?
No, because it's ridiculous.
Okay,
And
she
it's
choose.
it's insulting my intelligence.
It's
so I
a-
will not be naming any countries
It's
for
insulting.
whoever that is.
Okay, no, all right, no worries. You don't want to answer the question.
Yeah, no.
Okay, they chat was saying is Nigel. Yeah, that was right. Okay, yeah, so you was on point. Other than that, we got Queen Lala sends in
read that
$2. She says, and they said women are smarter. That was a good one. Thanks for your support, Queen Lala. So ladies, we'll get to y'all if y'all have any questions. Actually, anyone got any questions on the panel? Y'all want to start up a topic or anything?
Cargo.
No. You had a question, Harlan?
I did.
It might be over there. Does she?
Nah, it's probably under that. It's probably under one of them.
He's under that.
One of them pillows. You got the pillows behind you. It's under the pillows. Nah, anyways, we can get to one of my questions then. No worries. I got y'all. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's start with Harlem, actually. Oh, you do got your questions, but I got a question for you. What's the nicest thing a guy had done for you that turned you off? Like, he did something nice for you, but it turned you off.
I gotta give the short answer.
I mean, any answer you want.
So I was in a relationship with someone, and I had made it perfectly clear to him. And I mean, I'm older now, so I can understand like how he was upset. But it was my birthday, and I told him. He took me to the Louis store, and I told him, "All right, this is the bag that I want. I like this bag. If you get me anything for my birthday, I want this bag. I don't want nothing else." That's what I said to him. He got me a laptop. I already had a laptop. And I was a little annoyed because I'm like, why are you buying me a laptop when I already have a laptop and I already told you what I wanted and you asked me what I wanted? But at the end of it all, he was trying to surprise me with something because the bag that I wanted was like a limited edition bag.
Okay.
By the time he went to the Louis store to try to get me the bag, it had already been sold out all over the country, so he couldn't get it anywhere. So that was like the nicest thing that
he tried to do.
Yeah. So at the point in time when the bag came out, it wasn't going to last long, and they only had a certain amount of bags left, and he knew this.
Yeah, but the
he
question,
was trying to surprise
I think
me.
down. So the question is, what's the nicest thing a guy's done for you, but it turned you off?
That turned me off because I'm
he
like,
tried to do it, but he couldn't get it.
So the problem was I told you what I wanted, but then you tried to.
He tried to do something above and beyond for her, like
Right,
okay,
and then it
I got
still
you.
didn't turn out the way that he expected it to turn out. So it was kind of turning.
Yeah, that don't really count.
But I mean, it doesn't really count. But I really haven't had anything other than that. Where somebody tried to do something for me where it turned me off.
Fair enough. What about yourself? Nicest thing a guy has done for you, but it's turned you off. It's like,
I don't have anything because I feel like if a guy is doing something nice for me, it comes from a nice place, so it won't turn me off. So I don't have anything. I can't even think of
like
anything.
flowers on a first date or something, or
no,
that wouldn't turn you off.
I just feel like if you're doing something nice for me, it's not going to turn me off. If it's something nice,
okay,
I can't see it turning me off.
All right. What about you?
I don't have one.
You don't got one? Nothing the guy did nice. Okay, so everything guys do turn y'all on. That's nice.
I'm not gonna say that, but
okay, so that's what we asking,
right?
No, I still can't answer the question.
A guy that you weren't interested in.
Done anything that was nice. I'm not gonna be like, no.
But it doesn't have to be a guy that you're dating. It could just be a random dude in general, just any guy in general, any guy. It doesn't have to be a guy that you're dating.
Yeah,
like a dude you just met, and I don't know, he give you $100. I don't know. It could be anything. Literally could be anything. Like, cause the reason why we ask because a lot of girls always say that guys are too nice or the nice guys turn them off.
Pretty much like the term "nice guys finish last." Yeah. We trying to discover why nice guys finish last.
Yeah, why?
For the chat.
Nice guys don't finish last.
Yes, they do. That's another topic, though.
You choke all the nice guys out. You want a dude to choke you out. That's what you want. You go, oh, yeah, I like that, Bobby. That's what you,
I don't choke them all
but not all. She said not all.
Listen, the only time that I've ever put my hands on a man is if I felt like it was very much necessary and I had to defend myself.
Keep it funky. Do you prefer a guy that you could choke out or a guy that he could choke you out?
A guy that can choke me out.
Exactly.
If you can choke, of course. My thing is, if you can choke me out, then you can choke me out. You can't choke me out, you can't choke me out.
Exactly. Moving on to you. What's the nicest thing a guy has done for you, but it turned you off?
Any guy. It doesn't have to be a guy that you're dating.
It can be a guy like.
Could it be something that they said?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah, like I don't like when guys be like, "Good morning, my beautiful queen." Like, that's just cringy. That's cringy. Like, you doing too much. Like, my African
chat,
you doing too much.
Take notes. Do not say that.
Yeah,
don't
just
say that.
Good morning, calm.
Don't say
that's
that.
it.
Take mental
I feel
notes.
you on that.
Yes.
So let's go back to
That's
Lika.
it.
Do you have one? And what about something nice that a guy has said to you that turns you off? Nothing creepy. Something nice like that. I know you got a lot in your DMs. That's why you laughing.
Right.
Name them.
Okay.
She can't get out.
Right. Malika.
Just get it out.
Go ahead, Lika, get that.
Because y'all both already know what the answer is. So you know
I don't know what you're talking
answer-
about, but I just want to know what you're going to say.
Gosh, like, God, just be like, especially like if we just started talking, you just like already, yeah, my sexy chocolate, like, oh
Sexy
my
chocolate.
God.
Sexy chocolate. Sexual
Good
chocolate.
morning, sexy chocolate. Who says that?
Right.
Ew.
Okay, so that's a turn off.
That's a turn off. Like, what?
I mean, if he's in your age group, I can see where that would be a
Sexual chocolate. That's kind of funny. What about yourself?
Maybe I had somebody cash at me money on my birthday.
How much?
How much was
It
it?
was $50, but I just felt like it was not very thoughtful,
Okay.
you know, as
Okay,
a
but
birthday.
like nice, but it wasn't thoughtful.
it wasn't, it wasn't thoughtful.
Got you.
Yeah.
So that was something nice that he did that turned you up. Hey, dudes, don't be cash apping girls bread, bro.
Yeah.
Simpish. We don't
No,
do
that's
that.
not what we're saying. We're saying don't
Well,
cash
no,
app
I'm
at
saying,
$50.
yeah, just be thoughtful with the birthday gift.
Oh, this was a guy you was talking to.
Yeah.
Okay, and instead of getting you something, he just like gift cards and
Yeah, it was
and
like
money.
last minute
Yeah.
kind of feeling. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Like he wasn't really thinking about you.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, let me
And
just send
it
$50 real
turned you
quick.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh shit, I
Okay.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The small things matter, fellas. If you do something, even if you do something cheap, but you do something meaningful to her, like maybe
Yeah.
Very
if it's
true.
a conversation that y'all had, and y'all have like this, chemistry between this conversation or this experience, and you get her something reminding her of that, but it's cheap, that goes a long way. To some girls, other girls, they like, nah, I need that Louis bag, baby. That's because their mind is already ruined. You don't want those women anyway. Okay, now the next question is, start where we started. We started with Harlem, so we're gonna start with you. What's the most
Yes.
toxic thing a guy has done that turned you on?
Yeah.
So it's something toxic he did, but you was like, oh, daddy.
I can give y'all an example. Like,
Don't give him too much. Let's just let him think.
Matter of fact,
Let's let him
yeah.
think. Yeah, 'cause yeah.
Toxic? I don't know. That's hard.
Toxic or bad, but it turned you on. He was like, I kind of like that. You want to give an example?
I need to
Go
think
ahead,
on
just
it.
give an example.
Yeah.
like you go to the club with your girls, and he didn't want you to go, but you went anyway, and he comes to the club and drags you out. Like, yo, you going home? I told you not to go to the club.
extreme.
Get out of here! Like he literally pulls up to the club and gets you out of there.
I don't know. Chicks may not like that.
Say, like,
If
some-
you went to the club and
That's an
you told her
example.
not to.
That's toxic though. Some you'd be surprised how many chicks they like
Dude,
the
homie-
controlling guys. Or
Yeah, homie should leave her though.
of course,
I feel what you're saying. I feel
Right,
what you're
like,
saying.
Yeah, I
Anything like that.
No,
It
I
doesn't have to
don't.
be
I don't
to
have,
that extreme,
I
but
don't
You don't
have
got
anything.
nothing?
No, only
Okay.
because I'm only 2 years and some in this dating situation. So
Got you.
I
even
No, I
nothing
can't-
that your ex-husband did that was toxic that you didn't that you might have.
No, none of it turned me on.
Okay, got it. Okay.
She said none of it.
That's the reason why she got the
That's
divorce.
why she got that divorce. In the beginning, maybe it was turning, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
After a while, it was like,
Blowing up your phone.
What about yourself? Most toxic thing a guy has done, but it turned you on.
Well, for me, the most toxic thing probably would be like cursing me out. Like,
Ooh,
stop playing with me. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Turns
turns
you,
like that.
did that
though.
turn you on a
Yeah.
little
All
bit?
right, all right. What about you?
Mine is more like, just man yelling. Like, what you yelling for? Like, calm down.
Like aggressive, maybe?
Yeah, like you mad aggressive, but
Okay. So you know it's toxic, but it turned you on a little bit. Like, yeah, daddy, take
You
control.
heard that, fellas? Yell a little
Okay.
bit.
I don't know about yell, but I mean, just be aggressive. Let's say that.
yeah, don't yell.
Go ahead. What about you?
Damn it. I don't like toxicity either. It don't turn me on. Toxicity don't turn me
Yeah,
on.
it'll
So I
turn you on.
can't say, oh, he did such and such, and I was like, ooh, this toxic thing turns me on. I cannot say it. And I don't know if it's because I'm old or
All right,
what.
so you've been in a relationship for 2 years, right?
No, so listen, I've been with the person, but for this person for 32 years.
Okay.
And then I was married for 24. And I just got divorced divorce was final last summer. But I've been separated since 2019.
Okay.
So I don't have that much toxic
You ain't got that
turn
much.
on.
So I'll give you an example. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. So say
Okay.
you in Walmart with your little boot thing,
Okay.
and when you walk down certain aisles, you smack your butt real hard or something. It's toxic. Ooh, daddy, stop that.
See, that's not
but it kind of
toxic.
turn you
I like
on.
it. That don't seem toxic.
Most
to
women
me.
like that
Most
though.
women do like
I like my butt.
They be loving it.
Yeah, you.
I like
man,
it.
this
I don't care where we at. I love it.
Y'all love it.
That was
Okay.
nice.
What about you, Harlem?
She got something.
I know you got something
She got
toxic.
something. She did say she like to do that.
Listen, I'm sitting here trying to think because I'm not. I would have to say, this one dude I was talking to at one point, when he would call me, he'd be like, "Yo, where you at? Like, who's around you?" Like, he'll video chat me or whatever just to see, like, "Yo, show me who's in the room." Like, I don't know.
That is a little toxic. That
was super toxic.
That was
I found
toxic.
it funny, but it was like kind of a turn on because like, oh, you
He give a
actually
fuck.
care.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't really cared if I actually had somebody there and the motherfucker was like, show me the room. Like, all right, here's a nigga right here. Like, what the fuck is you gonna do now? You gonna pull up? Better not. Pull up.
Yeah. So, and the reason why we ask these questions, this is just for the audience, though, because like I said, most of our audience is male viewers, right? And this is them to really understand female nature, right? Females tend to say one thing, but they act another way. And there's actually a study done on this too. I forgot what university did the study, but they hooked electrodes to the woman's vaginals and electrodes to the man's penis area, and they gave them a clicker. They showed them images, and these images would come up on the screen. Every image that they showed for the men, the electrodes, what it did was it tracked the blood flow, right? So every image that it showed for the men, the blood flow would be equivalent to the clicker, so it would match up, right? So men were as honest when they did the clicker. So they'll show a clip of, just random things, and to be honest. But for the women, they weren't honest. It would be pictures of two monkeys having sex, and they would get the blood flow down there, but they wouldn't press the clicker. Right? Or to be pictures of lesbian sex or stuff like this. It would be blood flow, but they wouldn't press the clicker. So what women say one thing because they want to show purity, which is okay. They want to be politically right, politically correct, but they're really, they have other motives. So this exercise pretty much just shows that what women like and what women get aroused by are two different things. Yeah. But other than that, Harlem, you said you have questions, right?
Oh, yeah. That's it. I'm fine them. You got the camera?
Yeah. Come on, Harlem. You got to pay. We gave you the index card.
Look at the index card now. Like,
Oh my God.
I was sitting with it. Oh, yeah. What I wanted to know is why when, let's say, a dude is talking to a chick.
Uh-huh.
He ain't taking her serious. He pretty much on his extra toxic shit, and he's kind of like real, I don't want to fuck with her. The minute that she gets a boo, and she posts her boo on social media, why all of a sudden y'all be in the comments, in the DMs like, oh, wow, this what we doing? Like, oh, so now that's that nigga? You love him? Like, why do men do that?
Go ahead, Ease.
Because we want our cake and eat it too. We want it all.
What you said? Cake and what is it? Did you say cake and eat it too, or cake and eat it too? Because they was discussing that too.
We want our cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Like even if we're talking to multiple girls and we're not taking two of them serious, we still don't want you to talk to nobody else, because we want. If it was up to men, we would date all women that we find attractive. All of them. You know what I'm saying? But that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we just want to. It's just really that simple. We want more than one. We want a variety of women.
Yes, it's very simple too. Women, not women, but men. We are naturally possessive.
That too. Yeah.
When it comes to the women that we date and the women that we are or sexually active with. Maybe it's not fully serious. Maybe it's just friends with benefits. We still are possessive. For an example, all of you ladies aren't virgins. Y'all all had sex before. What's one of the most common things guys say? Oh yeah, this pussy mine, right? All guys say it.
I said it. I definitely said it.
I don't answer that question, or I'll say it's mine.
I know you may not answer it, but I'm saying the point that I'm proving is all men said it before. The reason why we say it because we are naturally possessive when it comes to the poon that we are in. That's why I said before when she said that her man broke up with her, we like, wow, a man broke up with you. You must have did something wrong, because when men have vagina that's theirs, they don't want to give it up because we're naturally possessive with it. Make sense? So that's to answer your question. You got another one? Oh, what?
No, because never mind. But anyways, another question.
Okay, go ahead, Harlem.
When it comes down to, all right, messages, I feel like I'm kind of like going off. All right, do you guys ever screenshot messages to keep for evidence? Like,
I think girls do that more.
Of course.
Why did you screenshot?
Okay, let's go around the panel with that. Okay, good one. Let's start over here. Oh, okay. No, start with you. Tony. Do you ever screenshot messages from the guys you speak to for evidence or just for your own random reasons?
Yes.
All right. So why do you do it? And actually, why and when do you do it? Because is it through maybe Instagram? Is it through? So why and when?
No, it's normally through text.
Okay.
And I do it so that I can remember what was said.
And put it in the group chat with all your girls?
No.
Hey, look what this dude just said. He said he gonna eat it from the back.
No. It's more for receipts so that I can remember if I need to, go back to it and recall what was written or said, or, I got the receipts.
And now it's like when do you do it? Is it where maybe the guy says something where it's interesting or was impactful to you, or?
No, it's normally when something is said to me that I feel is
inappropriate,
okay. Or yes,
something that you just didn't like.
Yeah, something I didn't like.
Or if it's an argument.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got the receipts yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, on this day you said this, and this.
Right.
What about yourself? So when and why do you screenshot messages? Maybe through Instagram or?
Yeah, maybe if the guy says something funny, if it was funny or inappropriate, and I think my friends should see it.
That's for the group chat.
Yeah,
hey,
that's the main time.
That's the main time. What about yourself?
I do screenshot for any reason if I feel like I need to.
Okay. It's okay. It's not for well. We speak about a time where maybe you talking a man is talking to you. So, why would you do it? What's the situation?
Well, it really depends on what he say. For instance, if we talking and he say like
the dude that called you sexual chocolate. You screenshot that?
I did. I sent it to my friends, and it was very funny.
See, fellas, don't be pedestalizing them too much, man. You're gonna be in one of them group chats, bruh. You're gonna be in a group chat. What about yourself?
Yes.
Oh, and why?
A ridiculous thing that they said. I screenshotted it and I sent it to girlfriends.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All the time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In Harlem, you be doing it.
I be doing it, but I don't send it to the group chat. I usually will screenshot it and save it because I already know that motherfucker is lying. So now I think I got screenshots dating back to I want to say the latest that I can remember is 2015.
Damn.
So I can pretty much tell you all right, you said this on this day at this time. You didn't live up to that. So please get the fuck out.
Question for y'all. Do y'all ever talking to a guy, right? And you find out he got a girl. Do you ever take the screenshot, try to look for his girl and send that screenshot to his girl?
No.
You never do?
No.
No? No?
And
So
why?
just keep that all private?
No.
I want to know why though. Why don't you guys?
Because the female isn't the problem; it's him that's the problem.
Okay.
She doesn't deserve to be hurt because of the bullshit that he did. I don't feel like.
Okay, we got a very mature panel.
Okay.
Usually girls will be like, yeah, I'm sending that to shorty. And it's just, they do that for ego. The reason why I bring that up because most women that do that, they find out the guy has a girl. It's like women tend to claim, not y'all, because y'all all said y'all don't do it, but the women that do it, which is a lot, right? They tend to claim this, women empowerment, I'm trying to protect you. No, you trying to hurt her and make yourself feel better for your own ego.
Yeah.
I had a girl straight up tell me, she like, yo, look, matter of fact, a girl told me, she goes, if you had a girlfriend, I would tell her straight up, like, yo, he was messing with me and we was doing X, Y, and Z and this and that and that. I'm like, oh shit. But I wasn't surprised because I expect most women to do that shit, to be honest with you.
You initially said another girlfriend, so that means you had two girlfriends. You was telling one thing and the other one.
I misspoke.
Yeah.
Harlem, don't read too deep, all right? Don't read too deep.
All right, so we got some super chats. After these super chats, we're going to get to some other questions. I got some questions for y'all. And also, these super chats may be some questions.
See, this is why I asked the toxic question, because so there's chicks that like toxic things that men do, and that was one of them.
All right, so we got Brother Jen sends in $5. Appreciate your support, bro. He says, great podcast, bro. I learn more every podcast. Appreciate you, man. We have Tony Barnett. Hey, salute to Tony Barnett. Sends in $10. He says, ladies, what are some of the feminine traits you think men are looking for in you in order to attract and maintain a relationship? Good question. So what are some of the feminine traits that men are looking for in you in order to attract and maintain that relationship? We're going to start over here with you.
Probably being submissive. You know, just being real easy, like not
Submissive,
all
easy.
rough.
Okay.
So that's probably just it. I feel like men, well, I don't really know because I haven't, like, the last time I was in a relationship, I was in high school.
Yeah.
So, like, I was, like, kind of young. But I feel like men, like, you know, they just want to, like, especially with their woman, they want to relax.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't think they would want a girl that's, like, all feisty and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's
and
probably
everyone on Facebook right now, we about to close out the Facebook stream. Everyone on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. So that's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. I am closing down the Facebook live stream right now. Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay, cool. And what about yourself? Question.
I think they want affection. They want a woman who's nurturing. They want to be touched, rubbed, you know, those kind of things.
Okay, so a woman that's affectionate, nurturing. Okay, cool. And what about you, Harlem?
A woman that cooks, cleans, do laundry, affectionate, caring, a listener when they have, you know, certain things going on, if they can communicate with that female what's going on. And someone that's, I guess, capable of being a mother to their children, like a good mother to their children.
Okay, fair enough. What about yourself?
Calm, peaceful, helpful, friendly, cooperative, sexy, exciting. I'm done. That's it. I mean, I can keep going on, but that's basically
Okay,
it.
good. And what about yourself?
Nurturing, very peaceful, goofy. I feel like who can really like cook, clean, take care of the man in a good way, and really doing everything like, you know, they say like a wife's supposed to do or whatever.
All right. Okay. All right, yeah. Good question, Tony. We got their takes on what feminine traits can attract and retain a man. And I mean, everything I said was, you know, feminine traits, so no comments on that.
I have a question.
Sure.
So is cooking and cleaning a feminine trait?
Cooking and cleaning, is it a feminine trait?
From your perspective.
It's not, from my perspective, it's like, okay, if someone's gonna have a duty, right? Meaning that they're going to be the one that consistently does it and does it the most. Cooking and cleaning would be a feminine trait. Yeah. Doesn't mean that a man can cook, that a man shouldn't cook and clean, or when he does, that's feminine. No, I'm not saying that. If the man is always cooking and cleaning, well, dang, bro, how you got that much time to be cooking and cleaning? Are you the stay-at-home woman? And she out there working, getting the bag? So it kind of seems a little weird. What's up?
So I want to say, like, my last relationship, my boyfriend was a chef, and that's just what he enjoyed doing.
You always got an exception to the rule.
I'm just asking because, I mean, does that make him feminine? Because, and my thing is, when he would cook, he would clean up after, and he cleaned up very well. He was also Jamaican, so like,
cooking and cleaning to me is not a feminine trait. But if you have a man and a woman who live together, and if the man is majority of the time at work, then the woman should cook and clean.
His job was as a chef, so that was his
right.
profession.
But like again, though, like the question was, is it a feminine trait? No, cooking and cleaning is not a feminine trait because if you're a single man and you live alone, you have to cook and clean anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's really not a feminine trait. But
It comes down to gender roles is what we're saying.
Right. So like, because usually like the traditional gender role, man and a woman, the man works, usually the woman stays at home. But nowadays, men and women work, but usually men are working more than women because they're paying the majority of the bills. So women tend to have a little bit more time, even though they do work. So in that scenario, the woman should cook and clean. But that doesn't mean if a man comes home and if he's off that day, he shouldn't cook, he shouldn't clean. That doesn't mean that. It just means because you're a party there to make each.
She got to sound like she gonna got something.
You
to say. You should have stopped like a couple seconds ago.
You were doing good. You were doing good up until a certain point.
Yeah.
What wasn't he doing good that you think?
The part where you said, men work more, because I don't think that that's accurate. I think men
Generally speaking, he talking about.
Yeah, generally speaking, I don't think that's accurate. But
even generally, you don't think that's
I
accurate?
don't.
Well, there are statistics and facts on it that men work longer hours.
That's exactly what I mean.
So we're not saying that. Wait, what?
I'd like to see the statistic because
But
I
y'all
think
choose
Pull it
it's,
up after it.
well,
It's
yeah,
facts.
because y'all
Like, think
choose
about it. Women, you got to think about this. Women, when they're just in general, women get pregnant, right? So, okay, they taking time off for that. Women, you got to think about they are more social creatures. So they want to take vacations and things, like all these little things. Like they'll take off to go to like certain events and stuff, maybe family things. Guys, we don't really give a freak like that. We're not social. We working 40 plus hours a week and really taking any vacations. When I worked a 9 to 5, I took 0 vacations. Like zero. I started taking vacations when
because remember, men don't get pregnant.
pregnancy aside, like let's leave that out, right? Let's say nobody's getting pregnant. You have 2 people working. Women work just as much as men do, and on top of that, then
that isn't a fact. So
No.
It isn't a biological fact too. So I'll prove it to you this way, where a statistic isn't around. So biologically, women, they feel more bad emotions. So they are higher in trait neuroticism. They're higher in trait neuroticism, which means that you experience more negative emotions. So since women tend to experience more negative emotions, then what does negative emotions mean? You're more prone to taking off from work, right? So then that's what it leads to. So just the biology of women leads them to just work less because they experience more negative emotions than men experience more negative emotions. And this is a reason why you actually divorced your husband as well, because you experience more. I'm not saying this is the main reason. I'm not talking about all the bad things he did and how the intersections of the relationship, the dynamic that y'all had. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just your own biology, right? And in general, so what is it? 50% of marriages end in divorce. Women initiate 80% of those divorces. And one of the reasons why is due to finances. But the other reason why is because they report that they're unsatisfied. The reason why they are unsatisfied is because of trait neuroticism. They are higher than men are, so they feel more negative emotions. It's a fact. Like all the psychologists know this.
So I don't have the statistics
But it's not
on
a
what you're
statistic.
saying.
This is it.
The facts.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can't dispute or necessarily agree with what you're saying. I would have to see it for myself. But what I will say is that women work just as hard as men. This is what I was saying before you said that.
Okay.
And then they come home, and if there's children involved, the work continues, right?
I agree.
And
they work continues with kids.
they work hard, just as hard as men at work, and by the way, for less money, and doing the same job with the same level of education. But that's a whole nother thing.
Well, the reason why they make less money is because they deserve less money.
No.
Because they deserve the person that doesn't negotiate
I was just about to say that.
their rate, their money, then they deserve less than a person that is negotiating that. The reason why women goes back to biology and psychology again. Women are more agreeable than men, right? So the person that's more agreeable, if you're getting paid, you're making $40,000 a year, even though you're not happy with it, you may feel more negative emotions towards it, but that still means that you're more agreeable than men. So you're going to be less likely to assert yourself and ask your boss for a raise, which on the man's end, he's less agreeable. So when a man is like, the boss says, yeah, $40,000 a year, the guys is like, bro, I'm doing all of this work now, I deserve more. Let me go and talk to this dude right now. We're more likely to ask for a raise. That's why men earn more and women earn less, because they deserve less, because they're not asking for the raise.
So I don't necessarily agree with that, but
Okay.
I think that women earn less a lot of times because they're not in the position to grant the money. It's usually another man.
Men are. So men are more owners of the companies and stuff.
Men are usually the ones that are more likely to be in leadership, and then they naturally give men more money than women for the same work and the same.
That's illegal due to what
it may
law
be
is that
illegal,
in
but it
place?
happens.
But you understand, but also, but women,
it may be illegal, but it doesn't stop it from
but
happening.
women are choosing. I'm sorry.
And also, women probably don't assert. I do agree with you that they don't probably assert themselves like men. One, because there's a stigma that when a woman speaks up for herself or when she asserts herself in certain situations, then she's considered she's considered like a bitch, or she's considered having male energy and masculine energy and all of that foolishness.
Well, that stigma is only in relationships.
Right.
When it comes to business and finances, like the economy, no one looks at a woman when she's asserting herself. We look at, dang, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's out there going to get it.
There are hundreds or thousands of, and I'm going to speak about black women because I'm black, but black women who in work environments feel that they cannot really speak up for themselves because they're going to be considered the angry black woman at the workspace, or the black woman that has the attitude.
I agree.
And she's saying the same
but still,
thing.
that goes back to feelings. Men can feel the same thing, like, oh, I'm not this, I'm not going to be heard, this and this, but we're non-agreeable, so we still are going to go out there and negotiate a higher pay raise. The fact is that women are more agreeable, so they're less likely to negotiate their pay.
But also,
I agree
women
with you.
are.
I'm just saying that the reasons why that women probably don't, and I think that women are starting to speak up more and ask for what they deserve. Now, whether they're getting it is a whole nother situation. But I do agree with you that men are more assertive in terms of negotiating the salary. But honestly, if you have two people that have the same level of education, both people should be getting the same amount of money.
Yeah, so legally,
and that doesn't happen.
And I'll tell you how it's a whole logic fail, right? And it doesn't even make sense because I have businesses, right? So one, as a business owner, if I can get away with paying a person less than another gender, all my staff will be women. In all my different businesses, I would have all women because then I get to keep more money. So I would hire more women. But the fact is that doesn't even work. If you actually own things and you are a boss and you have employees, you're definitely, if you could get away with paying someone less, you're gonna pay a gender's less. All this gender, you're gonna work for me because I could pay you less. So what I'm saying that's all in void when you use when you frame the statement that women get paid less than men because of, men are the bosses and men tend to hire, men tend to pay other men more. It's not because of that. And I forgot the name of the legality thing, but Steve, look it up real quick for me. Because it's one law that it's for all companies. Like, you can't pay someone less based off their gender.
But women.
Affirmative action? Is it affirmative action?
But they do. There's a holiday that, or not a holiday, but there's a day that is. That's okay. There's a day, and I'll have to get back to you on the date. But there's a day that that women. There's a date, I can't remember what the name of it is, and maybe somebody in the chat can pull it up. But on this particular day, it takes women a whole year to make up for the salary, to be on the same level with men in terms of how much money they make, because women make, I think, 70 cents on the dollar compared to men. So it takes a whole year on this particular day for women to catch up.
So that's a false. I get what you're saying.
To catch up with men in terms of the salary, they'd have to work a whole year, in order for it to
I've read
match.
that, and they just calculated on money. So that study, I read these studies. These studies was based off of the money that men make. The amount of money that men make, and then the amount of money that women make, but it didn't account for hours worked. It didn't account for education. It didn't account for career paths. It doesn't account for all of that. So like this whole notion that women make less than men because of a social hierarchy. Men are at top. That's like false. Like
it's facts.
That's been debunked plenty of times.
It's facts.
It's
facts.
been debunked, like that's old.
But women also aren't choosing careers that pay a lot of money
that's
compared to
so
men.
Like, men are the leaders. Well, men enroll into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and those jobs, those fields, they just pay more. Right. So what do women tend to enroll in? Nurses, secretaries,
hair, nails, cosmetology.
All of these other
women
type
aren't
of
choosing
bartenders. Women aren't choosing. The facts that women get paid less is because women choose fields that pay less. Men choose fields that pay more, and men work more hours, and men assert themselves and negotiate higher pay rates. So like it's just facts.
I know more women who are in STEM, who are in science,
I know they're getting into that, but the ratio
than in any other field. I know more women who are doing that are in nursing, that are in cosmetology, that are in any of those fields that you named. The women that I know are all doing the same. They're in engineering, they're in STEM, they're in some sort of
but the percentage isn't high, right? So what I'm saying is the study you read, I'll break it down for you real quick so you and the audience and everyone can understand. So the studies that you read only accounted for salary.
It didn't. It counted for education too.
Okay, let's say it even counts in for education. Let's put education there, and let's put the main thing what they looked at is salary, and he looked across the board, and it has the man's salary and a woman's salary here, and it showed that the man's salary, women actually got paid a little bit less than men, right? Well, what was it, 70 something cents or 80 something cents for every dollar that the man makes, right? But it didn't account for the things that I'm listing. So it didn't account for career fields. So if you choose a certain career field that just tends to pay less, which 90% of women get into career fields that deal with people. Right, because women are social creatures, right? Men, we aren't as social, so we get in job fields that it deals with science, technology, engineering, and math, right? That doesn't deal with people, and those fields build the infrastructure of the world. So everything that you're seeing, these mics, these lights, the studio that we in right now, men built all of this. Women don't get in the fields that build things, that build society. Women get in the fields that nursing, secretary,
cosmetology,
home health aid, cosmetology, beauty, stuff like that. That doesn't build anything. Social workers. That doesn't build the infrastructure of the world we live in. So look, it's very simple, right? Anything that is harder, that takes more competence to do, you get paid more. For an example, janitors get paid less than a doctor that's doing surgery, right? Why does a janitor get paid less than a doctor that's doing surgery? Well, because the doctor that's doing surgery had to have a doctorate degree to even become and had to go through many levels of school to be a doctor and to be a surgeon. It takes high level of competence and skill. It doesn't mean that the janitor isn't smart and has skills. Some janitors do get paid pretty good,
like mechanics, electricians.
But compared to it, it's just it's different.
Just saying general next time, because I don't think that was an accurate statement.
That is accurate. Doctors, a surgeon normally salary is about $300,000 to $400,000. There's not a janitor salary that's that much.
With women not getting into stuff that builds infrastructure and stuff like that.
No, I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying that they do. Now they are getting into more of those fields, but the fields, it's still like a 95% to 5% ratio. So 95% led by men in those fields, and only 5% women are in those fields.
But there's a reason for that.
Well,
what's the reason for that? The reason I'm saying is choice. We have a natural proclivity to build things. Y'all have a natural proclivity to birth human beings.
I mean, I actually worked in construction, and I know when I went to
glasses on, chat. We active.
When I went, when I went to apply, it was a real long process. They literally had us outside in the cold waiting just to get an application for at least a week. This is the process to become an iron worker in New York. It used to be. Then when you get the application, they would pick mostly men. They didn't want to pick women. The women that really got in were the women who had family members that were already in the industry.
You talking about for construction?
You talking about for construction?
Well,
that's a whole other thing.
Because construction requires strength.
Construction requires strength. It
so
requires
you trying to say
endurance.
women don't have strength?
No, we just said that men have more strength and endurance. It's biological that, okay, it's say all nurses. All nurses, they're normally women. Why are they normally women? Because women are more nurturing than men. Men are stronger than women, so we're going to be in the construction fields. That's just it's a biology thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not an insult. It's just facts. Like we need, especially my dad used to do construction. He used to be the guys on the street, drilling the.
Even if a man wanted to be a nurse,
he can.
If
he can be a nurse, I know many male nurses.
Yeah,
right.
But a lot of times that's not looked upon as the most masculine type of job.
And we can say the same thing. A construction worker, a woman doing that is not the most feminine thing.
I'm just saying from other men.
But y'all like calling women masculine
it's fine for a man to be a nurse.
So why the fuck they can't do construction?
But listen, a social stigma should not stop a human being from out there making their dreams come true. So if your dream is to be a scientist or an engineer, that social stigma of you being masculine or something like that, that shouldn't stop you from your dreams. The facts I'm saying is that women tend to not have those dreams. Women tend to have dreams of helping people socially. That's why they get into social work and nursing and all of these other fields that deal with beauty, like cosmetology. That's just the facts of it. It has nothing to do with society. Like, there's literally laws that restrict business owners from hiring women over men. And I'll say that with all of these, I think it's called affirmative action, but there's laws that's put into place where once your company reaches a certain metric of employees, you have to hire women, and you have to hire black people, and you have to hire Mexican people because of these laws that was put in. But it doesn't say you have to hire white people.
Yeah, but the thing is that even though that there's laws, people have their own biases naturally, and they're going to, whether it's on purpose or not, they're going to choose who they want.
It doesn't work like that. I don't know if you have a business.
I do.
Okay, but your business don't have a whole lot of employees where you have to report certain things to the IRS. So when you're trying to report certain things to the IRS, you will literally get like flagged on your taxes if you don't meet certain metrics. And when it comes to gender and when it comes to race. racial background. So there's certain things that you have to meet as a big company. Trust me, that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's only if the company has some sort of government funding associated with it.
No. That's just when it comes to like
people. The companies choose whoever they want to hire based on whatever it is that they want to do. So a government cannot tell a company that they have to hire this many blacks or this many women, or if they do that because they're trying to make a social impact, or they're trying to diversify their
and is what I'm saying, that there are laws put in place to diversify things.
There are, but that doesn't mean people
and guess
follow
what,
them.
even with those, you're proving my point even further, even with those laws, women still aren't going into those fields to earn more. So the reason why women earn less is because they deserve less, and that's based off of choice, is what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is, just to be clear, is that when you have a man and a woman who have the same level of education and they're applying for the same job, the woman
is more likely to get the job because of affirmative action.
No, the woman's more likely, if she does get the job, she's going to get paid less than her counterpart.
No, I'm saying that the woman is more likely to get the job because of the lack of women in that field. Because of the lack of women in that field. So right now, right, if me,
but we're talking about
you,
pay.
No, we could talk about pay too. We could talk about both, right? So, well, talking about pay is different because that's all about negotiating and
experiences.
Closed mouths don't get fed. You got to negotiate what you deserve, what you think you deserve. And what I'm saying, that men tend to negotiate what they think they tend to deserve. And when it comes to getting into fields with affirmative action, now let's say me and you, we go to a construction site, we both apply, right? We both black. Well, they're gonna kill two birds in one stone with you. Gender, because you're a woman, and black, and it's gonna the race is gonna be because you black. With me, it's gonna be like, you get one for us, but you don't check that other box because you ain't a woman. So you're more like, if we got the same skill and everything, you're going to be more likely to get that job over me. So how is it? So now look, let's wrap it all in one. How is it that men, because you're pretty much saying that the hierarchy of men being the head of being the CEOs of all this company and the ones that's in charge and stuff, right? How is men responsible for women not getting jobs with all of these incentives to even get women to even apply to these jobs?
Because men are in the position to hire these other men. That's the reason why.
But we're saying women aren't applying for those jobs.
Women are applying. Women aren't getting hired. What I'm going to tell you is, when I literally went out there and I stayed out there for a week to get a construction job, and I was out there with two of my brothers, and we were all out there for the same time. My father had already been with this union for about 30-something years. But that's different. My brothers got hired before me. I
would hire your brother before you, because when it comes to construction, it's all about the physicality in that specific field.
But how do you know how physical I can be? I'm coming from, first of all,
because you can't lift up 100 pounds.
That's
you can't lift up 200 pounds.
Because
she probably can.
She probably can.
What I'm telling you,
she's different. She is different. My fault.
State your height and your weight, if you don't mind.
I'm 5'6" and I'm 220.
Nah, yeah, she definitely goes up 100 pounds. But no, but like,
you got the construction job.
The field that I was coming from being an EMT for the fire department. Of New York, going into construction. I'm already lifting heavy motherfuckers down the stairs.
Okay, so I got a question. So, all right, let's say it's a burning building, right? And you call 911, and they said, all right, we're going to send the firefighters to come save you.
You really going to ask me this question?
I'm really going to ask you this question, and for all the ladies, right?
Go ahead.
Burning building, you need somebody to come help you. I mean, because...
And we're going to start over here.
Right?
No, we're not going to...
Yes, we are. Stop.
I'll do it real quick. I got you. It's a burning building, right? And it's you and your family in that building. Would you want 3 strong, big, masculine firefighters to get you out of that building?
Men, that are men.
Men. Or would you want 3 strong, big women, firefighters to get you out of that building? And be honest.
Now, to be a firefighter, you have to be in shape, so they can't really be big. You have to be in shape.
You got to be in shape. So let's go over here. Which would you prefer?
I feel like this is a setup question.
It ain't a setup.
It's logical.
I want somebody to save me, period. I don't care whether it's man,
which gender
woman,
would have the higher probability of saving you?
Yes, it does matter. Your life is on the line.
Whoever is the most qualified to do the job.
They all qualified.
If a woman's there, she's qualified. She can save me. That's what I want. I want the first person who's coming in to get me.
She don't want to be you. Let's see if you can be more
No, that's
truthful.
honest.
Right, that is honest.
Okay,
but
she ain't honest either. Let's see if someone over here could be a little more honest.
I want a man to come save me.
Okay, fact. She being honest. You would want a man to come save you. The probability is higher. What about you?
Always want to.
But the job could still get
It's a
done.
man.
It's a man. What about you?
And I'm gonna say it like this because I was already in the field and I trained to be a firefighter and I know how hard the physical exam is. When I tell you, I felt like I almost was about to die doing the physical exam.
Men don't feel like they're about to
These
die.
women, no, that's bullshit. Because I know women that passed the physical exam over a lot of men.
All right, so Harlem, which one?
What I'm saying is, whoever comes to save me, I know I'm going to be safe.
Right.
Whoever is coming into that building to save me, I know I'm going to be safe. You can say whatever you want.
Right, that's not even a lie. That's facts.
FDNY.
Right.
I pray that my FDNY firefighters,
when it comes
the
to
women,
but if you're injured,
podcast, because the way that y'all saying that women can't do that shit,
Right.
if you look at where, let's say so, if you look at
I'm
where,
going to the bathroom.
if you look at, so the last time I went to the bathroom, you said something, but if you look at whatever, because I gotta go next. If you look at where the fire department of New York was compared to where it is now, and the amount of women that's there now, it is completely different than where it was before. And that's because these women have worked hard, they bust their ass, and they can do just as good as a job as the men in that motherfucking department, and they can't nobody tell me different. And I pray that they see this shit because
Look,
I want them to get the fuck up at Cooley. Fuck that nigga, because he's trying to say women can't be firefighters and save lives.
specific jobs like firefighters and construction, they prefer strong individuals.
No, the fuck they don't. It's
Can you
whoever
just let me
qualifies
finish,
and
please?
has the physical.
Because you said you're
I did both.
You said you're
I did
210.
both.
Let me finish. I'll let you
Go
speak.
ahead.
You said you're 210. If you're injured in a burning building with your two kids, you want Kenny to come save you?
I can.
You
Let me
want
tell
to
you
come save
something.
you?
I can lift you up right now without.
You
a
are the
problem.
minority. Not every girl is strong like
Can I
you.
say women out here? I can lift Cooley up right
You
now.
are the
I can
minority.
lift Cooley up right now without a problem.
Not many women can
Come on, Cooley,
though.
let's do it.
Harlem, you
Let's do
are
it.
You're not the majority. Listen, be quiet.
There's a lot of women
Be
out here
quiet.
like
You
that.
are not the
Right,
majority of
right.
women. The majority
I'm
of
not
women
saying
are in 210 and can pick up Cooley.
Yeah, listen.
if
Oh
you-
my God, I got you.
Like, hold on.
I'm representing the percentage.
Stop. The majority of women aren't 210 and strong that can pick. If you were injured in the burning,
225.
I'm not 225.
If you were injured in that burning building and you need to be lifted up because one of the
I can
buildings
lift you
collapsed,
and I can lift
listen, be quiet. If you're in a burning building, remember, burning building, shit is collapsing. Shit is falling down. Shit is burning. God forbid something falls on you and you're injured and you can't stand up, you can't walk. Do you really expect somebody like her, Kenny, to come in and pick you up?
Yes.
What I'm going to say is,
if I made it on the firefighter team, yes, for
what I'm
sure.
going to say is the physical, the dummy that you have to pull is only 165 pounds. When I took the physical, the dummy was only 165 pounds. I can lift you and I can lift him.
Okay,
Fuck is y'all
Harlem,
talking about?
let's just be easy. Calm it down.
ahead.
One, I'm 6'4", 200 pounds,
And I
and
can
I
lift
bench. You probably could. Could you bench 200 pounds?
Yes, I can.
Well, we gotta take
We
her
gotta
to
see
the gym.
that.
and
I
get it
want
on
to see
camera.
that. I would love to see
I
that.
doubt that.
I would love to see that.
It's
How much you said you weigh?
I weigh 200.
200. How much you weigh?
I'm 175.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look,
Well,
Harlem.
if I can't lift 210 pounds, I can lift you though.
And body weight is even different. So look,
Okay, body weight is
Harlem.
different.
Dead weight, especially dead body weight,
dead
is
weight is even
different.
different. So listen, Harlem, right? Only a small. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and dudes can't even do 225. Like a small percent of men can actually lift 225. I'm benching at my max was 310. So, like, you think that you as strong as a man, or like, yeah.
I'm not saying I'm as strong as a man. I'm just saying
But
what I
that's
can
what
lift.
we're talking about. What you're talking about yourself, and what most women
physical-
aren't you.
The physical is universal. Everybody takes the same physical to become a firefighter. Everybody
Right.
takes the same
Yeah.
exams to become
we
a
get
construction
that. You know,
worker.
we get
So
that.
there's no difference
first of
between
all-
what a man and a female
No,
goes
first of
through.
all,
you're wrong. Listen. It's very common sense, right? Even though everyone takes the same physical, you said that a man and a woman, as a firefighter, right? We have to lift 165, right? A bag of 165. Some human beings may be 225. The man has a higher probability of lifting someone heavier than a woman has, because you may go into most human beings in America, most people in America
the majority
are
of them-
obese and
yeah.
overweight. So really, it's like you're gonna be
consider
lifting someone
obese
that's
and
like
overweight.
300 pounds.
The majority of first of all, the majority of Americans are overweight. You can just check the stats. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two.
And yo, let me get to the super chats. Go ahead, Eve. Go ahead.
Get the super chat. Get the super
Sure?
chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we're gonna.
Good
This is a dead
convo,
horse.
good convo. Let's get to the super chats because the chat is in here. They wilding right
They're
now.
going in right now.
And then we're gonna get to some more dating and relationship questions because we is talking about. Go ahead, Arlen. You go to the bathroom. They're probably gonna be talking about you in these super chats, but I'll let you go. So we got Holiday Tone sends in $5. Appreciate your support, man. We're gonna get to your question when Harlem comes back, actually, because I see you got a question for a show of hands. Felicia Hunt sends in. Actually, let's just get to this now. Holiday Tone sends in $5. He says, "Ladies, raise your hands if you like being choked and called the B or other words in bed. Think about it. That's a toxic trait when men show for dominance. Raise your hand. You like being choked out?
Okay, don't call me a bitch. Or
don't
call-
think derogatory.
Okay.
You can choke
We
me.
can do a little
The
choke.
B word, but you can definitely choke.
What about you? You ain't
Yeah,
raise your
no.
hand.
And that's
You don't
not
like that?
No, I
You
don't want to
being
be
choked
choked
out?
or called a bitch.
You don't like being choked?
No.
Dang, okay. Was your the man you divorced, he was trying to choke you out?
No.
He wasn't. Well, that's the thing. Maybe you divorced him because he wasn't trying to choke you.
I had a chick that didn't like that either, so she's not the first.
True. We got Felicia Hunt sends in $5. Appreciate your support. She says, "Toxic that turned me on?" Question: When my ex and I had an argument, was running my mouth, and he
Hemmed me up.
hemmed me up and told me he would ball me up, I shut up. Okay, she's facts. She's saying that when her man was pretty much more aggressive with her, she liked it. That was one of her.
See,
Thank
she
you,
liked it
Felicia.
too.
She liked it too.
I like it too.
Thank you, Felicia, for that super
So
chat.
that's what we meant by toxic. Like, what is?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
But no, thank you for that, Felicia. We have Metaphorical Tactic sends him $5. He says, "To the lady who said it wasn't very thoughtful when a guy sent her 50, did she send the money back? Just curious." Talking about you.
I did not send it back.
Go ahead, Harlem.
Right. But the question wasn't really about like whether you send it back or not. It was like, was there something that?
Yeah, no, he just wanted to know if you
Yeah,
sent
no,
it back.
I didn't.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, she ain't send it back, bruh. C. Lotta sends in $2. Why do women think men and women are the same? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
not the
don't
same.
think-
I don't think they're the
Nobody
same,
said
but
that.
with the firefighter question, I feel like if a woman gets hired for that position, clearly she's qualified to
But
do it.
We're not
like-
saying that she's not qualified. That
but-
wasn't a question. We said
No, that
what
was the
would you-
question.
No. We asked you, what would you prefer in a burning building?
Right.
Would you prefer 3 strong or just say one a strong masculine man to get you, or let's just say a man to get you, or a woman to get you out of that fire?
Because remember, like the physical.
You said that you would choose a woman. Oh no, you said that it doesn't matter.
I did. If I would have to choose, I would obviously say a man because a man is
Exactly.
physically
That's
stronger.
what we
but
wanted
it's
to
still
know.
like.
But think
they
about
both
that,
can
right?
do
That
it.
comes
Like-
that answer, and that's the truth. Generally speaking, that's the truth. Harlem is the exception to the rule because she out here. She from Harlem. Yeah,
It's not that.
This is what I'm saying, right? So since you know the truth, You wanted to coddle the truth, and because of the emotional aspect, you didn't want to make it feel like, oh, women can't do this.
Right? No, I don't think I was coddling it. I think you just said it too brutal. Like you just was saying like, no, women can't do it. You just can't do it. But that's how it.
How it says is irrelevant. If 2 plus 2 is 4, it doesn't matter if I say, yo, 2 plus 2 is 4, bitch.
No, it does matter though. That would matter though.
It doesn't matter how a fact is said.
That would matter.
But also, but physical requirements aren't the same compared to men and women. Even in the military, women don't have to meet the same physical requirements. For example, men have to be able to do
many
pull-ups. A woman doesn't have to do as much pull-ups as men. They want, for example, they want a man to be able to do 20 pull-ups. When it comes to women, they want them to do at least be able to do 5 or 10. It goes the same for firefighters. The physical requirements.
Don't say that because you didn't take the test. I did.
How long ago you took the test, Harlem? How long ago was that?
It was probably 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Changed.
10 years ago.
The world changed. We got the wild liberals taking over everything.
First of all, back when I took it, there wasn't a lot of female firefighters in the department as it is. It's way more than when I took it back then. But my thing is, if I'm in a fire, right?
After you make that statement, I need to get back to
okay. If I'm in a fire, right, and the first person that comes is a female, I'm going to assume the reason why she's there is because she's capable of getting me out of that situation more than whatever man they have on duty that day. They have ranks and they have jobs that they have to do, specifically when it comes to a fire.
The fact is she's not more capable than getting you out of the fire.
Says who? If they says her up there, that means that she's more capable of getting me out than any man.
That just means that she could be capable.
That means
we're speaking about what is best. This is the reason why single moms leads to degenerate.
Don't do that.
It leads to degeneracy. I'll tell you why. This is the reason why single moms leads to degeneracy. It breeds degeneracy into kids, into society. The reason why is because you only thinking about the emotional side of what's good. Men tend to think about what's best. What's best is that when it comes to certain things, think about nurturing. Okay, would I want to send my kid to an all men's daycare or to an all women's daycare?
All women.
I'm not thinking in my dumb emotional mind. I'm thinking logically. All women's daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Now when we speaking about firefighters, because that's the topic, right? If a building is burning down, who would you want to come save me? A man or a woman? A man. Like, that's just the facts of it. And this is the reason why. No, listen. This is the reason why women breeds degeneracy, single moms breeds degeneracy in society, is because y'all tend to not think too logical and y'all think with the emotional side. And the facts is that y'all don't instill the logical side into the kids. Y'all instill the emotional side into the kids. So then you got kids running around here. All these dudes nowadays, these Gen Zs and even some millennials, they zesty, they emotional. Everything they doing is out of emotional reactions and stuff like that. Right? Most men in prison comes from single mom homes because they didn't have no father there to give them any guidance and to instill certain traits into the boy. That's just a facts.
So I'm just curious. So if and I know the study that you're talking about that spoke about women leading single households. So if, first of all, you talk about emotions as if that's a bad thing, right? And if a man is running a household, raising, kids on his own without a woman.
When it comes to making decisions, emotions clouds your decisions.
So emotions give you information about whatever it is that's going on. Now, emotions are feelings, so we understand that. But to say that women are only emotional and not logical.
I didn't never say only.
Okay, well, I think, what did you say? You said men are more logical.
I said, generally speaking, men are more logical in their decision making than women are.
Okay.
In decision making.
So I'm not sure about that general statement, okay, but we'll go with it for the sake of the argument. But men who have single households or who are raising children on their own are not giving the children the emotional piece that they also need. Like a household needs a mother and a father.
True.
So both people give are giving something to the kids. So the fact that if a man is running a household, believe me, there are things missing, and it doesn't make it better. And I think that what society does is we always blame black women or women, period, for things that are not right in the household, right? This whole idea that women raise degenerate children is kind of ridiculous. Now, of course, there's not a man there, so that obviously there's going to be something.
You know what degeneracy is? So degeneracy is this, right?
Yes.
Smoking, drinking, lots of tattoos.
Yes.
Just just going with all the cultural norms.
Crime.
Crime, stealing, selling drugs, stripping, getting into OnlyFans, doing porn. All of those things. A prison. Jail. So that's degeneracy, right? So what I'm saying is, in a household with a man, and we're comparing a single father household to a single mother household, the facts is that the single father household does better because men are more technical, micromanaging, and more of the disciplinarian to the kid. And kids just tend to listen to the father more than they tend to listen to the mother. And not only that, men, we're speaking about emotions, right? Emotions, there are only a few things that's good about emotions. There's not a lot of more. When it comes to making decisions, I would say you really want to stay away from your emotions when you're making a decision. I can't think of anything when it comes to making a decision where you want to put emotions first.
And
there isn't like lead with your emotions. Women tend to say that they have this intuition. Oh yeah, I kind of feel like things. Well, you feel like something, that's why you keep messing with the wrong niggas. Well, you feel like something, that's why you're not going into job fields that involve STEM, which pay higher, because you feel like you don't want to do that and you feel more social. So when it comes to decision making, men are just better at it. They use their logical mind rather than their emotional mind. No, there's emotions that's good, like joy and happiness, and tons of emotions that you could use as far as to motivate you even sometimes. There's tons of things that's good with emotions, but when it comes to decision making, you want to take your emotions fully out of it. Actually, I'm only 34 years old. Y'all women are older than me. Tell me, is there have you ever made a good decision with leading with your emotions first?
I agree with you that you should not make decisions emotionally.
Point proven. I ain't seen nobody raise their hands right there.
I agree with you on. I agree with you on that.
Okay.
But I think I would like to know what are the things that that are not good that come out of a single family home led by a father. We're only talking about what's good. Right, but we're talking about, when we talk about women, we say, oh, the kids are doing this.
We were only talking about degeneracy.
Right. So, but
it could be other good things.
But what are the things that are lacking? What are the things that are lacking in a household raised by a man only? You just told me all the good things that happen when men are raising kids in a single family home. But then we compare that to a single family home.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that's the metric of success. If a parent is raising a kid to not be a degenerate, that's a metric of success, because that's less failure in life, is less emotional trauma that kid or young adult experiences. It's a metric of success is what I'm saying. The other stuff that, could be good from the single mother household, maybe she's raising a kid and the kid is, super empathetic because he was raised by a single mom. Well, that's no metric of success. Buy a dog and cry alone. You're just emotional. Like, that doesn't get you anywhere in life. It doesn't help you to overcome traumas or overcome adversities. It doesn't help you to, be successful. That's what we're talking about.
I think people can define their own success, but you also didn't answer the question, which is,
sure, what's the question?
The question is, what are the things that are we only talked about the good things. You named the good things that happens when a man runs a household. Obviously, there's some things missing. It can't all be perfect.
We don't have the stats on those. Well, I don't have the stats on those.
That's what I thought.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
But what are some of the good things that come from a single mother home?
No,
there's
I'm
a lot of
asking
things
you.
that come out of a single mother home.
LeBron James, I think, did he come out of a single mom home?
It's a lot of.
Yeah,
it is a lot of successful.
I came from a single mom home.
And look at you. You
Right.
over here just
I'm an
bashing
exception to the
us.
rule. LeBron
You ain't
James
no
is an exception to the rule.
You literally bashing your mother at this point.
No,
then.
no.
No, he says
We're
exception to the rule,
My
meaning she
mom
did a good
had,
job.
Yeah, no, my mom had 6 kids, right? Everyone isn't. All of my siblings isn't me, or some of my other siblings is much different, right? But I can't use my own self experience because I'm not speaking subjectively. I'm speaking objectively. I'm speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? So in general, these are the facts, ladies. I know it doesn't feel good or sound good to hear them, but it is, and we see the results to all of this. But if you don't, and you say that I couldn't answer the question because I'm going off of just statistics, right? But what would you think the answer would be?
Well, I didn't write it.
I know, but let's just think about it now, though.
So I don't have the answer right now. I have to think about it. But what I will say is that that stories like that, things that are statistics like that tend to, promote one side and then downplay or make another side look bad. And I feel like that's
Well,
what
we
that,
could actually
that
think
study
about
did.
it right now.
Yeah,
Because even without the study, before I even mentioned the study, I was already stating things that fathers just are good at that mothers aren't good at. I was stating things that mothers are good at that fathers aren't good at, like nurturing, and fathers are better at disciplining the kid, right? So there are things that men and women generally tend to be better at than one another. We're not saying that men are just totally better than women overall. That's not the point, right? We all know that mothers do good. We need mothers and we need fathers. But when it comes to degeneracy, meaning that making wrong decisions and bad decisions, single mother households leads to more of that. Single father households do just as good as 2-parent households. Now, even when you have 2 parents, there are still exceptions to the rule. Not even exceptions to the rule. There are plenty of situations where the kids is in prison and still being a degenerate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. But generally speaking, when you differentiate the two and also look at similarities and differences, we see that the single mother households, they just breed more degeneracy. The single father households, they do just as good as the 2-parent households. That is a fact. And I also gave multiple examples earlier in the podcast to it.
I need to see numbers.
But anything else? You said you had something, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, basically, like how you said, everything isn't always good with single father households. Just like everything isn't always bad with single mother households. Like, you have children who want to work harder because of the mother that they had. A lot of times, like, it's not just a little bit.
Let me give y'all some game real quick, some male game, some male advice.
But that's female advice too.
No. I'm giving you some male. Just you could take this. If you take it, it'll help you out in life. You have to think in probabilities instead of thinking impossibilities, because anything is possible, right? So we could speak about the exceptions to the rule because that's anything is possible. But when we think about probabilities, what's the highest probability of success? You would never even mention a man trying to pull you out, a woman trying to pull you out of a burning building. You would say a man pulling you out of that burning building. Just like y'all all mentioned with sending your kid to a all men's daycare or all women's daycare. It's like, all men, let's not do that. Let me go more with the all women. So the thing is this, y'all more emotional than we are. Y'all thinking with the emotional side. So you want to kind of go with what suits you. You think that this is a gender war podcast? Like I'm like going against women and I'm stating these facts that's making women look bad? No. This is a gender together podcast. Like men and women do better together. We are better together than we are apart. So it isn't to like crap on women and make men look up here. No, men know that most men are bums. You get what I'm saying? But that doesn't rattle y'all. But if I be like, most women are whores, y'all gonna be like, what? So it's just that the fact that y'all listening to everything with your emotional like lens, and then you're responding like you're giving emotional responses instead of logical responses is what I'm saying. So think more in probabilities instead of possibilities, and it'll help you out to actually conduct more logical thoughts.
I disagree, but
yeah. I slightly disagree as well.
I disagree too. I mean, I'm not answering with emotion. I'm
logically.
I'm going with what makes sense, what's logical, and what the facts are.
Well, I gave you the facts. The only good question you had was when you said, "Well, what's one of the things that women or men do that men do bad at single father households?"
Right.
And I said that, well, there's no data on that. We're talking about degeneracy, and that's one of the metrics when you're looking. That's a metric of success or a metric of failure. So that's like the main thing. So it really doesn't even matter about the other things, right? It really doesn't matter when we're speaking about success. Now you could say that you had a question. You said, well, everyone's success is different in life, right? Well, when it comes to degeneracy, not really, because if you look at it morally is bad, if you look at it economically is bad, if you look at it any way, being a degenerate is bad. It's just a fact. So yeah, single moms breeds more degeneracy, so it's bad. Like, forget about the other maybe a good or bad thing that the other parent is doing. If they're breeding more degenerate kids, it is bad for society. God don't like it. Nobody likes it.
Can I ask a question?
Besides the prisons, because they make more money.
Are we looking at the fact that it's probably more single?
Yeah, they already differentiated it between
There's not
the
a lot
fact
of single fathers.
Yeah, I know, but they already did the metric. The study was already done to the point where they use the percentage. They based it off percentage. We already know that the percentage is more single moms than there are single dads. That's already a fact. But there's data out there that even shows even when a percentage is the same, it still does better. Like it does just as good as two-parent household.
I'm gonna need you to start having.
But logically thinking,
print it out before we get.
I mean, we could look at it after. I got everything up on my computer.
We need this to be on record.
I mean, it is. Let's go to the super chats though. We got a lot piling up. Holiday Tone sends in $2. 2015. He says, 2015, Shorty's nuts. Green Purse thinks so too. What are you talking about?
She's talking about her screenshots from 2015.
Oh, from 2015. That's funny. Holiday Tone sends in $2. He says, I don't agree with the truth. Shaking my head. Yo, cope skills. Okay. Let's see what else we got. We got Holiday Tone again, sends in $5. Appreciate your support, man. He says, construction workers, firefighters, military, police officers, women have priority in all those jobs because of affirmative action. Exactly. That's what I stated.
Keep going. It gets
we
better.
got Yen Zenergani. I think that's how I say it. Sends in $5. Ladies, please just keep it no Fugazi. Y'all making your own life HELL. It ain't that hard. Okay.
My life's not hell, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Tony saying she got a good life.
I do.
We got Malik Matrix sends in $2. He says, Shorty think this the WWE. He talking about you.
Fucking right.
He talking about you slamming dudes and how you could lift 200 pounds. But Holiday Tone says in $2. He says, Harlem, take it easy.
No.
Or you find Frank Castle.
Who the fuck is Frank Castle?
Frank Castle means that you get kicked out.
Fresh and Fit. That's Myron from Fresh and Fit. They call him Frank Castle when they kick out girls. Shout out to them. Good podcast.
Read this one. This is good. This is good right there.
I'm going down it. I got you, bro. Yeah. Tony Barnett sends in $5. He says, Title 9, I think that is. What is that?
I think that's Title 7.
Title 7. What is a V and two I's? One of them titles. In the 1964 Civil Rights Act makes it illegal to hire or pay someone differently based on sex if the qualifications are the same. So that's it right there. So
well, I mean, there's nobody's denying that it's illegal. I mean, that is a fact. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that.
But even if it did happen,
the woman could easily just say, "Hey, look."
You have to be able to prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not an easy thing to do.
But then it gets to the point that if someone, right, if a human being has this prejudice, because that's what it is, right, against women, right,
or a bias.
Same thing, a prejudice or bias against women. If they and they're not hiring women. Because or if they're paying women less and paying men more, well, as a businessman, even if they when you have a business, you look at money, you want to make money. So I'm saying that their thoughts of making money would supersede their thoughts of being prejudiced. Because if they can get away with it, they would be like, okay, well, let me go ahead and just hire all of these women because I'll keep more money for myself. I'm not going to hire men, right? That's what I'm saying, that most human beings would go down that path.
I disagree.
But the fact that they can't because of this act that's in place, it's rules and regulations.
I would know a man is getting paid more than you, though, because I worked at a company where they put it in the contract where you can't discuss your salary.
The IRS will know.
They'll do an investigation and they'll be like, okay, you know what, she was right.
So why do they have that in contracts where you can't discuss your salary with other individuals?
No, it's less women in leadership because women don't have a natural proclivity to lead.
No.
Women aren't leaders.
Women are very much leaders.
Okay, now let's go around the panel.
Yeah.
Starting with Harlem. No, we're gonna start with you.
I feel like woman leads.
Oh no. My question is this. My question is, who do you think, generally speaking, all right? If you look at the whole full totality, right? Who do you think is better at leading? Men or women? And move your mic a little closer if you could.
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like...
You're going to do anything. And generally speaking?
Generally speaking, it's 50-50 with me.
Gotta choose one. Somebody got a gun to your head. Choose one. See, your emotions is getting away from your logic. This is what I said before, ladies.
I don't think
Come on,
so,
think of probabilities instead of possibilities. Is it possible that a woman can lead better than some of these beta males? I'm sure they can. Is it probable, though? Moving right along. Let's go to you. Thank you very much. Harlem, you know the truth, too. Speak it.
No, man. I would say a man. It depends on the man, but
of course it depends on the man, but generally. Mm-hmm. What about yourself?
I guess I would say a man.
Okay. What about yourself?
I think it's a ridiculous question.
Okay.
That doesn't require an answer.
And why doesn't it require an answer? Because you didn't want to answer one of the other questions.
Because leadership has no respect of gender.
It does.
It doesn't.
Okay, so if leadership doesn't have respect of gender, then we all know it's biological, right? So a man is less emotional, generally speaking, less emotional than women. Women are higher in trait neuroticism than men. So that means that they feel more negative emotions than men. So since they feel more negative emotions, they're more likely to do what y'all doing here. Not have the ability to answer questions or not have the ability to look in probability versus possibility. Because you're looking at it like, oh, this is going to make me feel bad or make someone else feel bad. So I'm not going to speak the truth.
Well, that's not where I'm coming from. I just feel like the
you don't feel like we're speaking the truth.
I just feel like it's a.
I feel like y'all speaking, which the term I hate. Y'all speaking y'all truth, right? So most human beings have a perception of things, right? A perception is the ability to perceive things, but it's very unique to you, right? A perspective, only 2% of people tends to have that, and that's the art of looking out things outside of yourself, right? So 98% of people, they can see things in their own little circle, right? It's very subjective. That's how they view things. A small group of people, they tend to think of probabilities versus probabilities, have the ability to critically think, meaning differentiate things, find similarities, and also compare and contrast, and make logical decisions. So it's like y'all kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place answering certain questions that y'all truly know is facts. And not even truly know it's facts. Not yet, like, y'all know it's facts, but y'all just don't want to say it. It's like the electrodes in a clicker. Y'all feel the truth, y'all know the truth, but it's like, I don't feel right, so I'm not going to suck on that.
It's facts, but it depends on the man.
No, I don't think it's facts.
How do we know it's facts when you're the one that's speaking the statistics to us?
You could look it up and Google it.
All right, but we didn't look it up before we got here. We didn't know what the conversation was going to be about.
I'll have y'all all back on the panel.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah,
And,
because we didn't look up. We don't know what the conversation is going to be about. But you're spitting all these facts to us, and we're supposed to just take what your word is to be
don't
true.
don't take my word.
You're the one that's speaking the facts
not
and
only
the
that,
numbers.
it's not
right?
even. Sometimes I'm not even given like the actual statistic on it. I'm breaking it down logically in ways for y'all, so y'all can interpret it. But y'all know it's true, but y'all still like think about it, right? Since women, can we all agree to this? Generally speaking, are women more emotional than men?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can all agree to that.
Yes.
You can't agree to that or no?
So, women tend to have more emotions than men.
Okay, got it. Now, right.
But I think that has nothing to do
with leadership. Okay, now let me explain. Let me make a
their
scenario.
ability to lead.
I got you. Let me make a scenario now, right? So since we all agree that women are more emotional than men, a leader, what's one of the qualities that a leader should have? Let's start with let's go name some qualities that a leader should have. Let's start with you. Let's name a few of them.
The ability to be fair and just.
What about yourself?
Resilience. Being strong-minded.
Okay.
And that could be a man or a woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead.
The way of how they would think in any scenario. That's how I feel.
Wait, what'd you say? Well, I
The
said,
way
what's
they
one of the
think.
traits that a leader should have?
The way they think, they mindset. That's my biggest one, I feel like.
Okay, but mindset is a broad term. Explain, like, what type of mindset?
Like, if you looking for somebody to lead, looking for somebody to, like, make you feel, okay, if this person leading me, then I'm going to feel secure. I'm going to feel like, okay, he's doing what he got to do.
Yeah, you
to
just
make
talking
me
about, like,
feel-
the feelings that, you just talking about how a leader would make you feel. I'm talking about a trait.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, does a leader need to have integrity? What you say, what you do? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
like that too.
All right, I'll help you out a little bit. What about you?
Assertiveness.
Assertiveness?
I
Okay.
was gonna say integrity, but
Okay.
yeah, I feel like
Okay. And now I got you. Now, here's one of the things, the main thing y'all didn't mention. Yeah, y'all probably didn't want to mention. Y'all already answered that men generally are less emotional than women. So one of the main traits leaders need to have, the ability to make a logical decision instead of an illogical decision, which is based off their emotions. Because when you make an emotional decision, you lead people astray. That's just the fact. When you make an emotional decision, it's normally due to self. You're looking out of self-interest instead of what's best for the company or the business interests, right? That's why there hasn't been any, and I don't think that there will. I hope not. There won't ever be a woman president because she got a freaking button to click for the nuclear bombs. Like, what the heck? She on her period or something, or some person talked to her about, or a person says something that triggers her emotions. She's gonna be like, oh, I'm nuking them. I'm nuking all of Taiwan. What the heck? You done nuked the whole country. They all
That's
died. She's like,
bullshit.
And
well,
that's
they
how
call
you
me this.
feel. That's
bullshit.
your opinion.
That's bullshit.
Well, that was just
that's
a
more so a
radical
man.
example.
That's more so something a man will do as opposed to a woman. But
You're
we're not even
making
going to
the
go
assumption
there.
Well,
that
not-
women, because they're
not really.
emotional,
Men
cannot
are in
think
war all the time.
logically.
Women
And
are
that-
in war logically
Women-
because
all
of
the time.
finances
Women
and
are
money.
very much
it's
logical
not for
thinkers.
an
So
emotional
what
war.
all right,
Men are like
finances
proxy
and money,
wars.
but that's a logical way of thinking. Like you're fucking killing people, innocent people.
Well,
you're killing
it's very
just
simple,
because
right?
you're trying to line your pockets with money.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I think it's
that's
immoral. No, I think it's immoral, but logical. Think if you have a mission, right? Let's say, okay, America first. The reason why that's a good saying that most people follow it because we all live in America. But the illogical minds think that, oh, America first, so you're excluding all of these other countries? Well, guess what, baby girl? The world doesn't owe you understanding. Before agriculture and stuff came about, the world was much different. It's either eat or be eaten. You have to be the strong. Only the strong survive. We are all black right here in this room. Our ancestors, for the most part, I think, yeah, everyone all black and Caribbean. Pretty much, our all ancestors were slaves at one point in a certain part in Africa, right? So, we all know that. Well, the Africans and black people at a certain point in history, well, if we go back thousands of years, they were like the leaders of the entire world. We know this, right? You raise your hands. We all know this. that black society thousands of years ago when Kemet, before it was took over by Alexander the Great and named Egypt, when it was Kemet, it was kind of leading the world, right? Y'all understand history a little bit? No? Yeah, well, that is a fact, right? But what history never teaches you is why did black people like fail and become like, we're like, you know, underneath many other races. Like India is better than us. China is better than us. Russia is better than every other, doing better than, I'm talking about socio-economically better than every other country in Africa, pretty much. So it's like, okay,
India
why
is doing
did...
better?
Yeah, what? India is a power. That's a first world country. India, China, Russia, America. What's some other ones, Steve? They're like first world countries.
Brazil.
Brazil. Well, is it Brazil a first world country?
Not first world. You're talking about monetary power. That's what
Yeah. Brazil is a power, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they're one of the biggest stock exchanges.
The stock exchanges, you said?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest
Yes, as far as that. But even if we're talking about military, I wouldn't say Brazil, but other countries.
Japan.
Israel?
Japan.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Japan don't because America serves Israel.
Japan? America serves Japan? Yeah. Okay, but what I'm saying is like, at the end of the day, think about why Africa fell. Just think about that. I don't even have to speak about it, but that's something that I never even thought about I'm not going to... should I say it?
Say it.
I'll go ahead and say it. This is just my opinion. This isn't a fact. Yeah. This is Cooley's opinion, right?
Yeah, Cooley's opinion.
But, okay, so you got to think about it. Africans, we was never united. Black people like to speak of all of this. Oh, we were united as a people. No. Africa is many, many countries, right? Many countries. And thousands of years ago, it was many nations and you know... let's say many nations and many monarchies, right, in Africa. So we all know that black people enslaved other black people before the white man and the Arabs even came. Mm-hmm. So now let's think about, why did black people... our ancestors came from the ancestors that was enslaved by our own people. Right? But it was much different thousands of years ago. It wasn't based off of color. Race, the word race that's a new term.
Right.
Like, no one cared about race. We cared about people, the people that we think alike. It's based off of character and our lineage. That's how the world operated. So black people sold other black people. So that means that our ancestors, the slaves over here, was the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel of black people, because they were enslaved by other black people. So they was weaker than the normal black people. Do you feel what I'm saying? So then they were slaves, and then the white people came over and bought them slaves, and some took some by force as well, right? And then we came over here. But think about why that happened, and think about why we didn't have weaponry. We didn't have guns or anything, but the white people, they had guns and everything. That's just because, guess what? Black people started getting into all the list. Black people in Africa started getting to a lot of spirituality things, and women started to, the nation became more feminized. That's what I want to say. So nations in Africa became more feminized when women, maybe if they weren't in actual physical leadership positions, they were in like their ideologies was leading. So men started adopting more feminized ideologies. So when you adopt more feminized ideologies, you're incapable of leading. You're thinking more possibilities than improbabilities. You're thinking more feelings. We all know there's very effeminate men. Okay? Those effeminate men can't lead. So how did those effeminate men become feminized? Well, they became feminized by an ideology that was purported and put on by someone that's either a man that was feminine, but who did that man get those feminine traits from? A woman. It came from a woman, is what I'm saying. That's what it came from. You think men are... So you think a masculine man is going to instill feminine traits into another man? No. He's instilling masculine traits into that other man. He's not instilling feminine traits.
So my thing is... All right.
Rome is a prime example. Rome fell because of many reasons. Okay, they had a bad sewage.
So you saying women made the men gay?
No, well, No. It's the adopting the ideology is what I'm saying. A woman didn't make a man gay. What I'm saying is the ideologies. Think about gay people are attracted to other men. Women are attracted to other men. So that means that they adopted the same ideology of a woman being attracted to a man and to themselves, so they're attracted to a man. That's what I'm saying.
That's not how that happens.
No, that is how it happens.
No,
that's
not.
literally how it happens. Rome fell. We know that they had bad sewages and it was mad famine and stuff like that. But Rome fell because majority of their military was feminine. Like the majority of their military was
I think
gay
this is another
men.
example.
No,
And
that's not how that happened. They were
No,
already.
that is how it
First
happened.
of all, no, because they used to have these festivals and all this other stuff where it would be nothing but men, and men would fornicate with other men. It didn't have anything to do. They would
That's
exclude
feminine.
women. They
That's
would
what I'm
exclude
telling you.
women. They would
Yes.
exclude women
That's
from these
feminine.
events.
You're proving my point even further. What
How
I'm
am
saying.
I proving your point even
Listen,
further?
Claire. Listen to understand, not to respond. Here's what I'm saying.
Bruh.
Listen, Claire. I'm saying that a man being gay is feminine. It isn't masculine. Masculinity is a heterosexual trait in your attractiveness to the opposite sex. You're attracted to the opposite sex. Women are attracted to men. Women have an attraction to men. If a man has an attraction to a man, then he adopted some of the traits of a woman. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that women turned men gay. I'm saying that there were weak men that adopted ideologies from a woman into themselves and became more feminine. So then if you're feminine and you don't have any masculine traits, you don't have a strong military. You're not leading right. So then that leads to the fall of society. This is why Kemet fell. This is why Rome fell. This is why many nations fall. This is why if America don't get their stuff together, America would fall because it's too feminized. Because women can't lead anything, and the ideologies and the thinking of a woman doesn't lead the world to anything. It leads the world to damnation. Because you can't lead.
The world has already been going there with all these men leading. You're making an example because Kamala Harris is the vice president now. Is that what you're trying to?
About Kamala.
Okay, but my thing is the world has the United States has been led by men forever, and it's still going in that.
You're missing what I'm saying.
I'm not missing.
Even though it can be led by a man.
To make this about women being the reason
even though
for
it can
certain
be
things
led
to
by a
happen.
man, which Obama was president, right? Obama was the president that
Did nothing.
what are you talking about? He did nothing. He made it legal for gay people to get married. He signed that bill. So think about it. So then he must think about that. Then he must have adopted some feminized trait. Some feminized trait, right?
Where?
Not Obama.
What listen, ladies. You're attracted to men. You're all heterosexual, right?
Yes.
Let's just make it real clear because I keep missing it. You are attracted to men, and men that's heterosexual are attracted to women. If a man adopts the attraction that a woman has, then that man will be attracted to men just like you are. So what I'm saying is those thinkings and those thoughts and those ideologies that you have was adopted into a man. So now he's looking at the world much differently how a woman is. So even though he could be in a leadership position, he's still having bad, poor judgment, just like approving gay marriage.
All right, so
Like, what the heck, bro?
So you
like
could-
marriage came from religion anyway. It's male and female, man and woman. It is not supposed to be skewed and confused and corrupted to be male on male or woman on woman.
All right, so my thing is, so when a female is attracted to another female, that's masculine then?
No. Oh, if a female is attracted to another female, you know what? Yes. Guess why? When most females are attracted to other females, they're usually dykes. They're studs. You're proving my point even further now. They're studs.
I'm not
They're-
proving your point even
No,
further.
you
Go
are
ahead.
proving my
Go
point
ahead,
even
just talk,
further,
'cause you-
right? And then not only that, the female. So let's say a feminine female is attracted to another female. The only reason why she's attracted to another female, cool, she could be attracted to her by beauty, but the other things is she's attracted to the feminine nature of the female. So that means that she adopted the man's traits because men are attracted to feminine women. So that's what I'm saying. So when women are attracted to other women, those are masculine women, either physically or mentally. They find attraction to masculine things.
Wait, I have
and
a
it confuses the mind. So boom, you thought you had something there, but you just proved my point. You next.
So you were saying Obama he picked up on a woman ideology too? What were you saying about Obama legalizing gay marriage?
I said
I missed that
yeah,
part.
Yeah, so I said Obama legalized gay marriage.
Okay.
Right? So if you look back at the Democratic Party, Obama, when he was running for president, he was like, "Oh yeah, nah, I'm not finna, it's marriages for men and women." Biden said the same thing. We got videos, clips, marriages for man and woman. They never said it's for man to man or woman on woman, right? What I'm saying is that they picked up the feminine trait. Now, Obama, okay, he may not have an attraction for a man, right? At all.
It's just
I'm not
being
saying
fair.
that. No, it's not being fair. What I'm saying is that women tend to go along to get along. So what Obama did for him to stay a president when he was running back then, when he was running for office for a second term, right? He wanted to go along to get along. So he knew that if he made this law legal, he'll get more voters to vote for him on the LGBTQ side. So he was like, wait, let me go along to get along and make this legal. That's a very feminine trait because women go along to get along. Like I said, women in job fields, they're more agreeable. Go along to get along. Men, masculine traits, we're not agreeable. We're non-agreeable. That's what I'm saying. So y'all proving my point even further.
No, but isn't that like in politics? Right, like don't people in politics they say what they say so that people can come on their side? Is that like getting along and going along and get along? No, yes, that is. That's like, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear so that you can vote for me.
No,
is that female ideology too?
Wrong. Men don't bend or fold. Masculine men stand on their ground. They
and
have
that's
a
exactly
backbone.
what Obama did.
No, he doesn't have no backbone.
He stood on business so he could get the votes.
What you talking about? That's immoral. That's immoral business, which I truly believe that he even knows. I mean, I think that he should truly know. He's a smart man. He truly knows that it's immoral and is not of God, is not of anything good.
To you.
No, nothing good
Cooley.
comes from it. What you talking about from me?
That's your opinion.
Text. You can read any religious text that literally instilled morality into the world. Every religious text says that man on woman, not no man and man or woman on woman.
But that's a whole different conversation because...
No, but that's... Where do you think we get our ideologies and our morals backing and our thinking from? You think we just get this out of ourselves? No. You think that I just thought of most of these things? Well, yeah, I got it from reading books, critically thinking myself, and learning how to compare and contrast and see what's right. But we all still, it's like music. Why do you think Drake and Lil Wayne kind of sound alike? Why do you think y'all like Drake? Cool,
I don't like Drake.
No, just speak in general, right?
Okay.
Why do you think that most people, when Drake came out, Drake was hot? They like Drake.
Because he was dropping bars.
No, let me let you know the reason why, and it's with a lot of music, because he sounded very similar to Lil Wayne at the time when he came out, right? So people, and with all music, right, with all things, people tend to find a liking in things that they already like. They don't want to hear something that's totally crazy, right? It kind of like, it rattles them because human beings, naturally, we want to feel comfortable. That's with our decision making. That's in everything that we do. Go ahead, Harlem.
So my thing is, you saying that the things that these men are choosing is feminine traits. But according to the Bible, right, women came from y'all ribs. So at the end of the day, it still came from y'all motherfuckers.
Wait, that don't even correlate.
Yes, the fuck it does. And we came from y'all.
How that correlate?
If we came from y'all, and okay, men are picking up feminine traits, we came from y'all. So the femininity came from y'all.
No, men came from God, and God made men.
And where did women come from?
God made woman from a man. God made
from his rib, right?
God made a woman. God made woman for a man, to serve a man.
Where he get her from though?
Yeah. You're trying to. I know you're trying to correlate that. We already
know.
It's
in your DNA already.
No. We already know that. Feminine and masculine traits can be adopted by both sexes. Yeah, I know you're trolling, but feminine traits can be adopted by both sexes. But anyways, good talk. Let's get to the super chats, man. Please, we live right now. He said, "Bro, she trolling, man. We brother Jen and we've been rocking for a while. So what we gonna do is I'm gonna finish the super chats. The super chats may have some questions. We're gonna get through those. Then we're gonna leave it to y'all to ask any questions. If y'all don't have any questions, we're gonna do last thoughts and end it. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Brother Jen sends him $5. He says, Cooley, pick a job that most men pick than women. Ask the woman on the panel what percentage of women they think would pick that job as a career. Offshore drilling.
I think a lot. I think a lot of women would pick it if
You
they
know
knew
what
how much you're
offshore
paid.
drilling
yes,
is?
I know what.
You know
offshore-
what you got to do. You know how
Yes.
physical that job is.
Yes.
You know how long hours you got to work and how long you got to stay away from your family.
Yes.
And you
Yes,
saying
I
most
do.
women will pick that job?
If they see how much they get paid, they would.
Listen, girls do OnlyFans and girls. Put it like this.
Thank you. Say
Girls
it. Say
do
it.
they take the easy path to success. Men do too. But men really don't have an easy path to success. Everything that we do that could be seen easy is dangerous, or it has something like selling drugs. Man, that you could say is easy, but it still takes sales capability to get up, to re-up right and everything else. And yeah, so no, it's just like a woman is not going to choose offshore drilling.
If they knew how much it paid, they would.
But that's public information. They could easily look it up and see how much they get paid. It's just that women specifically aren't. Hold on, stop. But they don't want to do it.
A lot of people aren't going to look into it because they don't feel like they qualify for certain things to begin with. Like, what are the qualifications to be an offshore driller? Like, what are the qualifications? A lot of women probably won't reach those qualifications because they take classes or whatever is required.
No, we're
they
saying
probably
that
don't have the
women don't
qualifications
have
for it.
a
But if they
natural-
have the qualifications,
Women don't have
for
no
it,
interest
they
in it.
probably
Women don't
take
have
it.
the natural proclivity. Like, it's something just natural, right? What's natural about y'all? Why you think I don't have a problem getting women on this podcast? People be like, dang, bro, how you doing? You this podcast is based in the Lehigh Valley, man. How you doing it? Like, you got other podcasts in big cities like LA, Miami, Las Vegas. Bro, but how you getting girls from here? It's because y'all social creatures. Another reason why is because my clips look really good.
Yeah.
I have my guys do the clips, and I have them put this good, magnificent AI thing that that enhances everything, that enhances the picture. And I know that women see that like, ooh, those other girls look good, or I want to be on there. I want to take some pictures. So women come on here usually it's for the social vibe, right? That's why they come on a podcast, even though some women don't even agree with me, or some women think I'm crazy, but they like, well, I still want to come on this podcast.
He gets a lot
Is
of
it because
views.
of that, or because you just
It's
not gonna
clout,
let
too.
a lot of men come up here anyway?
No, men want to come on a podcast,
Yeah,
but it's
a lot of them
but
do.
let's say it like this: for a man to come on this podcast, he has to be an accomplished man, a competent man.
Okay.
This is my guy. I knew him since we was 18 years old.
Yeah.
That's different, right? Any other guy has to accomplish something. Any males that I had on here, like special guests, they've accomplished something. Millionaires I had on this podcast. Men that run businesses, other guys that have podcasts. So they have to accomplish something. But guess what? Y'all girls didn't have to accomplish anything besides hop in a No Fugazi DM and be like, hey, can I come on?
But why is that?
But when men hop in my DM or my business page, like, hey, and talking to my assistant, like, hey, can I be on a podcast? Be like, what have you done? What did you do? If you didn't do anything, then it's pointless for you to come on
so
here.
just to
So why
clarify,
do you
So this is what I'm
like?
saying. Women just have it easier.
just to clarify, I have
Go ahead.
never
Why you
jumped
feel
in
like-
No Fugazi's DM to ask.
Oh,
to be
we
on the
know.
podcast.
We
Okay,
know,
I had to
Harlem. We
clarify
know.
that.
Oh.
Why
Yeah, I
is
don't
it? So
know.
why do you feel like women? You don't ask women what do they accomplish before you want
We
them to come
did.
on
We
here?
started the podcast and I asked y'all what y'all do for a living.
No, I'm talking about before you want them to come on the podcast.
Because guess what? Hard pill to swallow. Men don't care.
You don't care.
Men don't care.
Only women care about a
Only
man's.
women- fact.
Only
Only women care about a man's
I agree with
accomplishments.
that.
Only
fact.
women care about a
woman-
man's career.
a woman
Would
can
you
look at me.
ever have a woman co-host?
A woman co-host?
She's probably not competent enough.
I mean, no, a woman. There's
emotional.
women in
Too
a...
Too emotional.
Tony gets it.
She's not logical enough.
I don't agree.
Tony trolling. Tony
Wait, what
trolling.
was the word?
She was trolling. Oh, she trolling. Okay, my
Oh yeah,
fault.
no, I don't agree with that. I know that's what you would say. That's
No, I
what
wouldn't
you-
say that
That's
at all.
what Charlie, what you're
Like, what do you
thinking.
mean? But like, she literally just said that she wouldn't like let a guy rescue her in a firefighter because she didn't like the way we said it. It could have
said
made her
that?
You
feel.
forced her to say
No,
that.
I did not say that. But
forced.
that's
Yeah, you
not what
set the
I.
question up for her to say
That's
that.
not
for
even
her
what
to
I
answer
said
that way.
though. I said if a woman, if obviously she's qualified to do this, if she's out here at a burning building, if she wasn't qualified, she would not be out here. That's what I said. So
Yo,
that's
Steve,
why I was like,
You
okay.
got me water?
Like, but like obviously, like I don't know. I just feel like a man like is like physically like stronger than a woman. That's why I said a man.
So then you
but
switch
at
your
the
answer.
same
Yeah.
time, no, I didn't switch it. It is what it is. Like,
The first answer you said, well, it don't really matter.
Exactly, that's not switching.
But it
That's
does,
like,
it does matter because you said if it was a woman that came, you said she's pretty qualified, but you prefer a man because you know that he's naturally
right, that's
stronger.
not a switch. That's the same answer, just two
It's not
two different ways.
It's not the same answer.
It is. What was the
Man and a
difference?
woman.
Anyways,
let's get
Right.
to
let's get to super chats. So we got Holiday Tone sends in $5. Again, I appreciate your support, bro. He says, ladies, I find it funny that Cooley's trying to help and you guys just don't care. You could be married tomorrow with this advice. Snake pants, please stop.
That's assuming
Not
that
snake
Snake Pants wants to get married. Okay, so don't assume that that's what I want to
Snake
do.
Pants,
So
please
don't push the marriage on me. I'm good.
Fair enough.
Tone.
Felicia Hunt sends in $5. She says, all of you want an alpha male. Do you all truly think you qualify for one? And why? If not, are you willing to make changes in yourself to get one? That's a pretty good question. So she's saying, raise a hand. Do all of y'all want an alpha male, like a masculine man? Show hands. Of course. Okay. Tone.
Except for Harlem, though. She
I don't really, I don't.
You would take a man that you could run all around and through?
No, I want a partner. So I don't want anybody that I can run over, and I don't want. I don't want a man to have to have a certain.
Demeanor.
Yeah, the alpha demeanor.
Let me ask you a question, Tone.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you religious at all?
I'm spiritual.
Spiritual. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Okay. Do you believe in this order? God over man, man over woman, woman over children.
No.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right?
There you go.
Who's better at leading? Is God better at leading men?
Is God better? I don't understand the question. Then what?
No, is God better at leading men, or is man better at leading God?
Oh, God is the lead.
God is the lead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, generally speaking, and we already answered this anyway, but I'll have you should give the same answer that you gave before. Generally speaking, is men better at leading women?
No.
Okay, you changed your answer. Last time you said yes.
I never said yes to that.
Yeah, you did. We went around a panel and you said that generally speaking, men are better at leading the men.
I never said that.
We went around a whole panel. Okay, maybe.
No,
is she gaslighting right now?
No.
Chat, y'all can rewind it back.
She gaslighting because she's a feminist. She admitted that.
I never said that.
Okay,
Never
maybe she
said that.
didn't.
I promise you.
Maybe she didn't. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
She don't fuck with men like that. Like that right now. No.
All right.
No, sir.
Okay, fair
You
enough.
can do the thing, go down the line. She's going to put a woman
above
with
it.
God.
Okay, so woman gonna be above there with God.
I'm just saying we're all equal.
Okay, you think we all equal. So this is the reason why. So once again, I don't know your ins and out of your relationship at all. I don't know the reason why you divorced that man. He probably was a bad man, right? Terrible. Let's just say that, right? But I will put this on top of that though too. Men, we all men, we just want a woman that is submissive, fun, feminine, and that can follow our lead and not give us a headache. We kind of just want peace, right?
Right.
And since in men we have a natural propensity, not even proclivity, because a proclivity is a tendency. It's in our biology, a propensity to lead women. Right, not to lead other men. Right, we do have a natural proclivity to lead other men, a natural proclivity to lead in general, right? But we have a natural propensity to actually lead women. So it's like biologically in us. With that being said, one of the reasons why a predictor, I'm thinking, why you divorced your man, because you divorced him, is because his inability to lead. His inability to show you that, he's that guy, and you could feel safe and secure around him emotionally, financially, spiritually, if he gave you that ability and he also was charismatic that made you still feel them butterflies every now and then and got that little thing down there wet, you'll be married.
That's assuming that I want to be married.
No, but you were married. But
I
say
was
if you was
married.
checking those boxes off of what I said,
So
would you divorce? Would you have divorced that man?
no, but not because.
Okay. Booyah.
But not. I lost my train of thought because something you said.
That's okay. Take your time.
I wanted to comment on.
What part was it when I was talking about?
It was about the lead. Oh, but
The lead.
let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Why do women need to be led, in your
Why?
opinion?
Okay. Good question. Good. So, why do women need to be led? Mm-hmm. Is because women are incapable of making, generally speaking, logical decisions without getting their emotions involved. So that's a reason. Not only that, women are naturally indecisive creatures. Meaning most of you barely even know what you want to eat. You barely know what you want to eat half the time, right? So since you are indecisive in your decision making, then it's like men are more decisive in decision making. Men are more logical. Men are more tactical in their approach to things. Men have a natural ability to come up with plans and strategize things. I'm not saying that women don't. Women do all of these things. I'm just saying that men do it better. That's why they are better at leading. When it comes to leading, you put the best person in charge. You don't put the second best in charge. What, Harlem?
So
And then back to you.
Okay.
according to statistics, right? How many female serial killers are out there compared to men? Since men think logically, I'm just trying to understand. Like, y'all make the conscious decision to go out there and murder somebody,
Harlem.
even when y'all get into a situation.
I got you, Harlem. I already gave a statistic and a fact, and I gave women's props, which I didn't even want it. I said when it comes to intelligence, right, and competence, when it comes to competence, it's a bell curve.
Right.
It goes like this. And I said that men are the dumbest people in the world, meaning that they're going to make the dumbest decisions in the world, the baddest choices in the world. But guess what?
That.
They're also the smartest and logical people in the world. But guess what? Women hover above most men. They hover in the middle right here. So the fact is that there are more intelligent women in the world than there are men. Do you get it?
You said the bell curve, but you didn't say that last part. But
That's the bell curve. But when I'm speaking about, when I'm speaking about the best and the greatest, men in most things. But women outcompete a lot of men in things because it's a bell curve. Do you get what I'm saying? When it comes to intelligence, when it comes to competence, when it comes to assertiveness, dominance, leading.
I took statistics.
Yeah.
Move on.
But I was just asking the question.
Oh yeah, but go ahead. You have
I mean, respectfully, I don't agree with what you were saying about
the bell curve.
No,
about something else.
About why women need to be led.
Okay.
But women are doing fine.
You get your period. Well, maybe not. Y'all older now, but you get your period every month, and you're emotional. Look at you. You get your period every month. What you talking about? You're better. We don't bleed from ourselves.
What does that have to do with bleeding?
Right.
Think bleeding from yourself. You get cramps and you bleed every month, and then you have an emotional reaction.
That's ridiculous.
Things annoy you just more.
That's so ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. It's a fact. It's a biological fact.
It is a fact that women have their period, but it's not a fact that
you're
a
more
period
emotional?
is going to make you be illogical and emotional.
If you're already more emotional than a man, generally speaking, which you agree, that's what you agreed to.
I did say women have more emotional. Men need to be a little more emotional.
No, men don't need to be more emotional at all.
They do.
The problem with America right now is men being more emotional.
No.
The reason why you divorced your man is probably because he was effeminate. He was an emotional dude.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the reason.
I mean, I know, I'm just saying packing no more. I know he probably did something bad. I'm talking about, I know he probably did. I don't want to know the details, but
Right.
it
I'm
goes
not
into
sharing.
it. I'm
Yeah.
sure if he was being because you think about what masculinity is. Masculinity is a protecting trait. It's
Yeah.
protecting and providing, right? It's very protective over everything. He wants the best for you. That's what masculinity is. He wants you to feel good, smell good, act good, look good, be good, everything. He wants to give you a comfortable life. That's what masculine men do. The fact that you divorced your man and any woman that divorces their man, he wasn't masculine in certain areas. That's just the fact. He didn't, because when it comes to a woman divorcing a man, is really, I tend to not even blame the woman because the man is the leader in a relationship. So that shows your inability to lead that woman. Or that shows you made a bad choice in choosing a woman to marry. Maybe you married a woman that she just never can be led because she has suffering from emotional trauma and stuff. So it's like either that man gave the ring to the wrong woman, or he's just a bad leader himself.
Or just men are not the best at leading because you said that women do most of the are the ones that initiate
the breakups. That's because those women that do those breakups, those women lead the relationships, and anytime a woman leads anything, she leads the relationship to the end.
Oh, well, you know what? I disagree, and I think it's not a fact.
That's true. They initiate all the divorces. Obviously, if she had the gall, right? If she had the gall to go out there and get those divorce papers and sign them, or hand it to the lawyer and be like, "Hey, send those to him," or she hands it to him. Obviously, she let herself out of the relationship. If she had a man that was leading, she wouldn't even be thinking of getting out of the relationship. She'll be happy in a relationship.
The fact that he's not leading means he's not a good leader, which is
I just told you that.
Well, and that men are not the greatest at leading.
No, that doesn't mean that men aren't the greatest at leading. That means that I already told you, men, when it comes to a woman divorcing a man or leaving a man, it's for two reasons. Maybe that man got on one knee and gave a ring to the wrong woman, meaning that she got suffering from too much trauma and you got with the wrong woman and it can't nothing satisfy her. She's for the streets. Or the other reason is, well, my dog, maybe you're a little bit too feminine and your woman was taking charge, and women can't respect a man that she's looking down at. She can only respect a man that she admires, meaning looking up to. So if a man in a relationship isn't doing things in a certain himself in a masculine way for his woman to admire him, she's eventually going to have one foot out the door and look for another leader like you are. You dating, right?
I think that breakups, divorces are way more nuanced than what you're saying.
I mean,
you're making it very black and white.
I mean, life is black and white. You may think things are nuanced.
It's way more nuanced.
Things are nuanced when you don't understand things. And 10 years ago, to me, it was like more nuanced because I use the word nuance because I didn't have any understanding of it. Think about what black and white is, right? Or think about just understanding. When you don't understand something, it's gray. It's like, well, it could be this, it could be that. It's nuance. I really can't put my finger on it. Once you acquire the intelligence or the knowledge, it is a nuance. You're like, oh, black or white, accept, decline, left, right, up, down, make a decision.
But I have to say what you said about the divorce thing. Those two things that you said are true. Now, the nuances that you're talking about, yes, it is details underneath of it, but they fall under those two things. That's how I feel.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, like
look,
the details of what happened with our divorces falls under one of those two. Just think about the details of it.
So,
what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, perhaps, but
but that perhaps is a big thing.
But it's not just that. It's like I'm saying. It's more complicated than that. It's not just that it. What were the reasons you said?
No, but she said it falls under those two things.
What were the two
I'll
things?
give the two things, right? So what I'm saying is women tend to divorce a man due to these two reasons. One of the reasons is his inability to lead that woman, meaning that he was docile, more effeminate, couldn't assert himself or dominant. He didn't understand woman nature, meaning that women are higher in trait neuroticism, meaning that they feel more negative emotions. So that means that as a man, you have to be charismatic, right? And you have to know that what you did to attract a woman, you have to keep doing that, right? Because women want to feel butterflies, and women just tend to get bored faster in relationships because they are higher in trait neuroticism. They experience more negative emotions, so that means that they get bored faster, right? So since they get bored faster, and if a man does understand this, he'll do certain things and acquiesce his behaviors to always show his woman a good experience. So then that's giving her security. That's giving her emotional security. And then if he's asserting himself and being dominant and masculine as a man, that means that he's being ambitious and accomplishing goals, right? Women are hypergamous by nature, meaning that they want a man that's either on their level or prefer better. So that means that, hey, if he is asserting himself and accomplishing things, then he's filling her hypergamous tendency. So a man has to know these things about a woman and check all these boxes so she won't have one foot out the door, especially in the age of social media when she can get a DM from a random nigga right now that's doing better than her man. So that means that that man had an inability to lead that woman. That's number one. The second reason is why most women divorce men is because of what did I say again?
She wasn't the right.
Oh yeah. The other reason was that woman, that man just chose the wrong woman. That means that he got on one knee and married the wrong woman. He got with a woman that already suffered from too much baggage and trauma from her past relationships, from her upbringing, daddy issues, and etc. So even if he is a masculine man and stuff, it's like, bro, you could pretty much do everything in the world. You could give this woman the moon. She still won't accept it. It's just some woman like that. Or she still won't be satisfied. It's just some woman like that, right? That's just, it is what it is. So those are the two reasons. And when women, and she's agreeing that when women divorce men, it falls into one of those two reasons. And usually it falls into the man inadequate, not having the ability to properly lead that woman. Because in most situations, a masculine man can lead a woman that's been through some trauma and all of that.
Well, for me, a man's not going to lead me, period. So we're gonna be partners.
Okay.
And
I'm speaking in general.
Yeah. Well, so for me, it doesn't qualify.
Well, you think you get turned on by masculine men for sure. Even if you think back to the men that you've dated, and if you think back to not what you were attracted to, but actually what aroused you, because attraction and arousal is two different things for a woman, right? A woman can be attracted to a man with all of these traits, like, ooh, like he kind of fits everything. But arousal comes with something else. Arousal comes with the man understanding the woman, right? Because women are incapable of creating a vibe. Men create the vibe, which y'all all talk about the vibe. Men create that. I'm not saying that y'all can't create a vibe with yourselves as a group. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on a date and things. Men create that vibe and a woman falls into that vibe. Because think about it. If the man doesn't create a good vibe at the end of that date, you're going to be like, oh man, he was boring. But really, he could have been a great guy, but he just didn't create that atmosphere that was real, good for you. So at the end of the day, it's up to men to understand woman nature and then acquiesce their behaviors, and they'll get better results out here in the dating pool. But what were you saying?
I definitely don't want a feminine man. Like, that is not attractive to me.
Okay, so of the traits...
But
okay, go ahead.
I also don't want a man that's trying to...
control
dominate,
you?
Control, tell me what to do.
Dominate in what way?
Listen to my opinion or my thoughts or consider what I have to say. I want somebody who's going to be a partner. And then, of course, there will be times where a man will lead in a certain area that maybe he's best at.
Yeah, but the word partner...
And then I will do the same. So if there's a decision to be made about something, let's assume that I'm married or in a relationship, we will make the decision together. I will listen to what he says. He's going to listen to what I say. And then
someone has to be the final decision maker. Is it going to be you or the man?
It just depends on whoever is better at that thing at that moment. And
generally speaking, in most situations, who do you think would be making the decision?
I know that you're going to say it's a man, but I disagree with that.
But what do you think? You think that it'll be equal?
No, I think it depends on what the situation is.
Okay, gotcha. But this is what I'm saying. With your thinking, you actually disqualify yourself from meeting masculine men, because just you using words like partnership and things like that, what you speak you thought before you spoke it, right?
Right.
So what is a partnership? A partnership is different from a companionship. A partnership is different from a marriage. That's why you left your marriage, because you wanted a partnership. Because what you think you are going to speak, and when you speak, you are going to act on those things too. Sometimes you don't even got to speak, you just got to think, and then you will act. So the fact that you acted, the fact that you think that a relationship is a partnership is the fact that you left your husband.
That's not why I left my husband.
Of course, there's many other things.
That's not
but
why.
I'm just
That's not
getting
even
to
the main
saying
reason. But
the line.
But I meet masculine men all the time.
You scare them away, or they stay?
They clearly left.
So
bro.
Clearly left.
yeah, they well, you know, I leave or I'm saying no to the.
Do you ever give up vagina, and like you meet the masculine men? Do you give up vagina? Like, say you meet a man. I'm not saying in all situations. Let's say generally speaking, you meet a man to your liking. Things is going good. Yeah. Is it just dating, or is it like dating and sex as well?
No, it's usually not sex.
Okay, so it's just dating, and then you leave them. So have you ever?
No. So let me
go
back
ahead.
up and say. So generally, what happens is you meet somebody and you're getting to know each other, and then at some point you realize it's not a match,
Got you. Now, my question is for you.
and there's no sex.
Got you. So has it ever been a time when you met a masculine man, I'm saying, a masculine man, and you met him, and it's talking stage, but you have sex, and then you leave him? Has that ever been a situation, or no?
No.
Okay, so got it right there. So then you never even experienced the full, because really the
You're right,
relationship
because she's been
doesn't
married
really
for a long
start.
time.
And she's been married for a long time, but really the relationship doesn't start for a guy to put in a lot of effort, like to show you even more things, and a woman to show him more things until after sex. Hundreds of years ago, the world was different. People was getting married before sex, but we're not living in that age anymore. So what I'm saying is, yeah, well, maybe you stop talking to those masculine men. That's totally fine. He didn't get sex anyway. Okay, fine. But if you did was talking to a masculine man and you gave up sex, and then you ended up leaving that man, well, he just didn't want to put any more effort because he got what he came for.
Is it that, or I left because this wasn't working for me?
Well, think about it, right? It's like, okay, if a woman sleeps with a man, right, and generally speaking, when a woman dates, she dates for something. She's dating for a relationship, right? When a man is dating, on the front of his mind and the back of his mind, it's like for sex. So women date for, like, usually
Commitment.
for long term. They're looking like further into it. Like, I'm not just gonna be talking to this dude and just and gonna give up sex. Like, I want something more. I want to get to know him more, and if it's good, then maybe we could get to that. But for a man, it's like, well, yeah, I'm talking to this woman. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know how she is, but I'm looking. I'm prioritizing sex is what I'm saying. Men prioritize sex. Women prioritize the camaraderie of a relationship. Let's say that companionship in a relationship. So if the man was actually getting sex from you and then you left him, well, that he could have done other things, or you could have done other things to keep that. It's pretty much just what I'm saying. Anytime a woman sleeps with a man and she doesn't get a long-term relationship, it's an L for her, because she decreased her value. When a man sleeps with a woman and he doesn't, because men grant relationships, women don't grant relationships. Women grant sex. So if a man sleeps with a woman and she's like, oh yeah, I just want to stop having sex. I think let's call it quits. He still won because he got what he's naturally wanted. Right? But with a woman, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, if you were talking to a man and giving sex, but you left him, that's an L for you. You should have did everything you can to try to keep that, because you just decreased your value. Then you got to give it the next dude. And then if he wound up hitting it, the value decreased even more. So it's like, dang.
So why does the woman's value decrease when she has sex?
Okay. Do I really have to give that answer? You 40 what 50?
I want to know I want to hear the reason from you. I mean, I pretty much know what you're gonna say, but I'm just
okay.
Let's
go with, it's totally fine. Let's go with what you, because the audience know my answer. But let's go with what. Assume for me real quick. What do you think I'm gonna say?
I think that you may say because she's adding to her number of sexual partners.
Okay,
Was that accurate? Tell me what else. I think that's the main thing. But what else is the reason?
No. That's not the main reason at all.
Okay.
The main reason why a woman loses her value when she has sex is because women are let's just make it very simple. Women are born with sexual value. So since women are born with sexual value because most men are attracted to most women, it's her job to preserve her sexual value for the right man. So it's different for a man. Most women aren't attracted to most men. Most women are attracted to the accomplished men. So men have to create their value. And when they create their value, they don't lose value when they have sex. They express value when they have sex. Women are born with value. They lose value when they have sex. Men have to create their value. So they express their value by having sex because it's hard for men to get sex. So it's much different. And then another reason why women lose value when they have sex is because women have more oxytocin than men. Oxytocin is a pair bonding chemical in the brain that allows the woman to pair bond with her mate. So the more men she experiences, the less likely it's a lower probability that she'll be able to pair bond with other men. It goes down, right? So, okay, you may experience sex in a relationship very good for the first 2 guys, but then after that, you're comparing, contrasting with the other guys with the current guy. And it's facts on it. Statistics shows that when a woman reaches a body count of 5, between 5 and 6, the probability for her to maintain and stay happy in a long-term relationship drops down to 20%. Because
where did these statistics come from?
These are facts.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. They sound like.
Let's ask you. You was married for how many years?
23.
Dang, that's a long time. What age did you get married?
I was 28.
28. How many bodies? You probably wouldn't want to say, but how many bodies did you acquire before you got married?
Yeah, I'm not.
You probably wouldn't say.
Yeah, I'm not going to say.
Got it. So what I'm saying is that.
Why is that relevant, though?
Well, I just said because the more bodies you acquire before you get married, the harder for you to stay in a long-term relationship with a man. Now you did 28 years, so that was long-term. 22 years. I don't think it was 23 years. Dang. Okay, 23 years. I don't think it was. Maybe the body count didn't have a huge factor in it. I think that man was just lacking in a whole lot of things, and that's why you left that man. I think that you fall under being with an inadequate man. That's why you divorced that man. Is that true to some extent? Inadequacy?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
In many ways.
In many ways, yeah. A man can be inadequate in a whole lot of ways.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but usually that's what it sums up to. And when he's inadequate, that falls into the ability to lead. He didn't.
It depends on how you look at it.
Well, no, not how you look at it. That's a fact. And inadequacy means that you are lacking in certain traits that women find attractive, right? So women are attracted to security, right? What's security? Masculinity, assertiveness, ambition, integrity, decisiveness. All of these things in a man, if you have these traits, you have the ability to acquire finances. And when you have that ability to, because it takes competence to acquire finances, right? And when you have that ability to acquire finances, then the woman is more capable to looking up to you because that fills a security finance box. But then, like I said, that man has to know woman's nature and be charismatic because she need that emotional security box filled too. So it's a multitude of things that maybe he had the money, but maybe he was lacking in the emotional part of it, feeling your vibes and understanding woman nature. So it's a multitude of things because women are complex creatures. Men, we're very simple. Sex, sandwiches, and submissiveness, we good. The 3 S's. Women, y'all complicated. Y'all need multiple things in a man to be in a long-term relationship with him. You're like, that man has to fill up multiple boxes for you. But anything else? Let me get to the super chats if you don't got anything else, because the super chats piling up. We got, let's see here. We got Felicia Hunt. No, actually, we answered Felicia Hunt question. Well, we kind of got off of it a little bit. Well, let's move on to the next one. Holiday Tone sends in $2. He says, Snakeskin's husband dodged a bullet, family.
You know what? You know what? He's funny. And that's all I have to say about that. He didn't dodge a bullet, but I respect what you say.
Okay.
I mean, I respect your humor or your seriousness, whichever one. But untrue.
We have Red Rock Reptiles sends in $5. Some of these women are true. Definitions of you can drop jewels, and if ain't shining, and if they ain't shining, they ain't listening. Respectfully, yeah, bro, I was dropping some gems, bro. I don't even think there's listening, dog. We got Tony Barnett again, sends in $20. Thanks for your support, Tony. He says, you don't discuss your salary with other employees because of the potential conflict and animosity that it would cause. 35-year-old paramedic, 30-year-old paramedic instructor, 30-year-old instructor, IT and CPR, ACLS, BLS, LT, and fire instructor. Yeah, he was just giving all his accomplishments. Hey, that's a fact, Tone. You never discuss salaries, man. It just causes...
It happens, though.
It happens, but it definitely causes, man, it causes a lot of conflict. But, okay, ladies, let's do... last thoughts on the podcast, and this is the time where if you don't have any questions, if you have a question, you could say your question to myself or any of the ladies on the panel. But if you don't have a question, just let me know how you like the podcast, and we're gonna start with yourself.
You always starting with me now. It was fun, yeah. I mean, I feel like y'all like me a little bit.
Yeah, third time, Harlem. You welcome back.
So yeah, no, I had a good time.
Yeah.
I always have a good time when I come here. I like, the podcast. I like
Word.
the conversations. I mean, I like the new stuff that you've incorporated with the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's dope. And I think the last time people were asking me or in the comments about, we could share our social media?
Yeah, go ahead. Shut up.
Okay, so
I'll actually tag all y'all too if y'all want. I could put it in the description, but go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, if you want to follow, I'm Bad Gal Killer on Instagram. And my name is Killer. It's not Harlem. They keep on changing it, but it's fine. You guys can call me Harlem.
Just if you change the Harlem, people will be able to search you quicker. They'll be like, you probably get 1,000 followers in a day. Word. Would you come back, Harlem?
Of course. I'm,
Word.
Clearly.
I'll have you back. You right around the corner anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
How about yourself? Do you have any other questions?
No questions.
No questions. How'd you like it?
It was enjoyable. I liked it. It was a good experience. I liked it.
Yeah,
and it feels different being behind the scenes than watching it. So I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
That's what's up. Would you come back?
I definitely would.
I definitely have you back. It was good vibes. Mm-hmm. What about yourself? Any questions?
No questions, but I definitely enjoyed the podcast. Learned a lot of new things.
Okay.
Different women, everything. It was really dope.
Okay, word. Really From Plainfield, New Jersey. Yeah, you know what I mean? Come back. Yeah, I'll definitely have you back. Would you come back?
I will come
I'll definitely have you back. Word. And what about you?
I don't have any questions. I enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah.
I did. It gave very much so this is a man's world. That's the energy you gave.
Women created every man in this world, so it's a us world.
But yet we get blamed for it.
What you mean? I blame men for why women. Yeah, let me.
No, that was
Harlem, you trolling.
I would come back up here.
Okay, you would. Word, I'll have you back on. And what about yourself, Tony?
I enjoyed being here. It was great, and I love hearing the perspective of men. Even though I don't always agree, but I think that's the beautiful thing is to agree to disagree. And but I respect and appreciate what you were saying.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And would you come back?
Absolutely.
I definitely have you on. And it's it's good to have, because we talked about different things than we normally don't talk about on the podcast. So thank you for sharing your perspectives, because it just brings different dialogue, and our audience gets to hear something new sometimes. Mm-hmm. But other than that, this podcast was very No Fugazi, and thanks for tuning in. Next live podcast is going to be on Friday. We got 6 girls coming, so tune into that. Other than that, sign up for the Discord, and one-on-one coaching is also in the description. We out.